People gonna tell you, yeah, they want freedom.
Great light, my love,
Ecclesiastes
and the
5
love of
7.
living Father.
For in the multitude of dreams, many words, there are also divers vanities. But fear thou, Lord, or fear thou, God. You ain't never had one, man. You never had any. You ain't never had no more. Never.
Our story begins in 1944. With World War II coming to an end, the Allied nations met at Bretton Woods, New Hampshire, to create a new financial system which would stabilize the world once the war ended. With America poised to enter a golden age of prosperity, the US dollar was chosen as the world's reserve currency. The Bretton Woods system was created after the Second World War at the Bretton Woods Conference in New Hampshire. And rather than using gold as the means of exchange between countries, as was the case in the Deal Gold Standard, the dollar was going to be used. And the dollar was chosen because back then it was as good as gold. Under this new system, countries agreed to fix their currencies to the US dollar, and the US dollar would be tethered to gold at a price of $45 per ounce. This meant that countries around the world could trade their currencies for US dollars, which they could then exchange for gold. This created a system where all currencies were essentially backed by gold. To avoid the logistics of shipping physical gold across the world, Exterior raised by when countries did exchange their currencies for gold, it was usually stored safely in the US. Under the Bretton Woods system, you could exchange your currency or your dollars for gold. Now, it only applied to foreign countries and central banks. And we began to run budget deficits. We were running the Great Society program under Lyndon Johnson. We were fighting a war in Vietnam. And all of a sudden, we were running these deficits, and countries were changing their dollars. And I said, they wanted gold. And it began with the French, and then it started to spread. With all the new spending programs in the United States, other countries became concerned that the U.S. was spending gold reserves. They started exchanging their dollars for gold and demanded physical delivery, as they felt that there were more dollars being printed than the gold that backed it. To prevent this outflow of gold from American bonds, President Nixon called for an emergency suspension of the gold convertibility system. I have directed the Secretary of the Treasury to take the action necessary to defend the dollar against the speculator. I directed Secretary Connolly to suspend temporarily the convertibility of the dollar into gold or other reserve assets. All of the problems that
So they deceived the whole world, even the elect.
we see today in the monetary system are a direct result of the decision made in August 15, 1971, made to abandon fixed link back to gold. What gold did is it provided discipline on governments, provided discipline on government spending. Under the old system, if you ran a budget deficit, then what would happen is gold would flow out of your country until there was a balance again. Well, without any gold backing, then countries ran perpetual deficits. So if you look at, for example, this country, from 1971 on, the U.S. has never run a surplus. Ever since we went off the gold standard, it's just been perpetual stimulus. Good times, bad times, always run a deficit. What led Nixon to abandon the gold standard in 1971, although he claimed it was temporary. We've been waiting 40 years, we're still off of it. We ran up huge deficits during the 1960s. We had the guns and butter economy where the government was both simultaneously fighting for war in Vietnam abroad. In addition, we were funding manned missions to the moon and the whole space program. We were creating more money, and we had gold reserves to back it up. And a lot of our foreign creditors
saw this and began to demand gold rather than their Federal Reserve notes because they sensed that Washington simply didn't have enough gold to make its commitment to back the dollar.
By removing the link between gold and the US dollar, President Nixon created a system where all currencies were backed by nothing. This is what is known as a fiat currency.
Fiat currency is currency that's backed by nothing except government promises. The word fiat is a Latin word, and it basically means currency that's circulating by.
When they when they hand you, or not hand you, but they is handing it to you, right? This is the hand they play. They play the hand of in the movies, and well, I don't know. I think I done seen some people with counterfeit dollars. Some people call it money, right? I think I done seen some people in on a movie with a counterfeit machine, counterfeit machine, whatever y'all. Whatever. So on the counterfeit machine is backed by what with those paintings, those paintings that some will later on claim to be dollars. What those paintings are backed by? Nothing. Okay, it's counterfeit, like FIET. It's counterfeit. It's counterfeit. It's counterfeit. It's counterfeit, right? And to me, they telling you countering the fit when you use false dollars. When you use false dollars, you counting fit. You're fiating, right? like it is sad that when you the only man on earth that can hear everyone talk slang, like everyone slanging the language of English, like literally, and even the ones that probably know what you're saying in clear English, counterfeiting with me or you, not counterfeit, slanging, right? You know how when you go to the job interview or you go to what they call it, DCPS or something, and you go to CPS and you go to in any of their departments, and you know how when you be talking to them, you be like, uh-huh. You know how sometimes you say uh-huh, and sometimes you say mm-hmm, and so I'm telling you that to me, you're saying uh-huh, like how you spell that? You anyone ever spelled uh-huh to you, right? Would sound like UN space HUA HUH. Who knows, right? But and you know how you say uh-huh in the conversation, and you might feel like they slanging uh-huh too, like they probably feel I'm saying yeah, yes, yes in English, not yeah, but they probably feel I'm saying yes because I said uh-huh. Now to me in English, in the language you talk, right? In the language you talk, and you saying uh-huh in English. So some people can only hear you in English. They can't hear you in slang. I mean, to me, it's your common sense. To me, it's your common sense. It really is. And to me, your common sense to tell you that everyone don't know slang. Right? I don't know. But you know how you be at the interview, right? And to them, they could possibly be receiving your response as not yes. You know, you're supposed to change to yeah or yes. And I'm telling you, I think when you talking to people, even though you slanging, My people, they perish for lack of knowledge. Literally, when you slanging with the world hear you in English. Period. 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 Point blank. So everyone's slanging, including the ones that know English. They don't know nothing but English, but you assume they wrote yes on the paper. You know how sometimes they be jotting stuff down, they be writing stuff down. Some people might not know what jot means. Sometimes they be writing stuff down after you talk. I'm talking about, like when you kind of pick up your child at school, or your mama came to pick you up, or someone else because you was in the classroom. But you know how when the mama came to pick that other child up, and that lady behind, most of the time it's a lady, it's a female. It's what's called a woman. It's a she, but and she'll jot something down. So when you say at the interview, how you know they ain't jotting down like, you feel what I'm saying? Because to them, mean and yes means yes in English. I know it's lame. It's lame to think like this. It's lame to hear people in English when they talk in English. I'm telling you, it is. It's what the whole world running from, and it's sad. It's the whole world running from the English they talking, because it's lame to hear people in English. Like, it's lame to translate English when somebody talking to you. You feel what I'm saying? Like, they got these new phrases called brain. I don't even want to say stuff because I know I'm the only one talking. But some people will say bring something, and some people will say don't come, for them. And they pick up these phrases like they cool. Everyone might know about that one. Most people might know about that one. And they'll pick up these little slang talks for English. And to me, you can literally talk to. Like, to me, it's lame. It's lame to see cool as like your plate cold because you was working on the car, for example. You was in the garden, for example. You was in the shower, for example. Um, what else? There's so many things, right? You could be doing, and you get to the plate. It's cool. Or it was once hot, but how you know though, right? You just assume it's hot because your family, your mama or your lady, your boyfriend, always made sure the plate was hot. Like every time you got that plate, it was hot, and this time you got there a little later than hot, which we call cool. Or it's winter time, or spring, or fall, and it's a cool breeze. I'm telling you, this what people saying, man. And it's a cool breeze coming through the neighborhood, or near you, or around you, or on you. And when a person tell you that's cool, like they say Santa Claus is cool. For example, I don't know what's cool to you. And to me, they literally telling you Santa Claus was never warm. He cool. For example, um, he was never warm. He was always cool. And I'm telling you, man, when you realize the regular English that anyone is talking to you, you realize, man, these people saying it like, which is fiat, right? You realize these people telling you the whole like me. I can't say you, me, right? I feel they telling me the whole time with my brother, my neighbor, he my brother, my friend, I call him my brother, my nephew, I call him my brother. When your brother telling you he cool, he telling me, not you. He telling me that he cool like the plate that was once hot. I know it's lame. It's lame, Wayne. Why you don't see the cool of the streets? Like, I don't know what you saying. Period. I just think you talking about cool. You talking about cool in English, and they all gonna say yeah, right? So to me, he telling me he cool like ice, right? Literally. Some people say it like that to your face. I mean, to my face. I can't say what they said to your face. But some people tell me they cool as ice, right? Like, But I know it's lame, you know, because I'm supposed to hear your shoes hot, even though you cool. I'm supposed to hear like you got some hot shoes on, you wear them coolly. Um, and I hear regular English, period. Like I could try to latch on to your know the game, like they call it. You don't know the game, bruh. Only certain people know what I'm talking about. So when the brother say you don't know the game, I can only go to the reference of any games with a S apostrophe S games. Any games that I have felt that was a game to myself, and most games have an objective or a place to be at a certain moment before another or without another before themselves. So to me, I don't know this position to be in at a certain moment after a few actions. Man, it's really that simple. But my nephew was telling me, he like, man, he like it's like learning a new language, and most people don't wanna I can't think of the word. I must put it in my own words. He say most people don't want to learn nothing new. And I'm telling you, when you got educated, you already learned something new, right? You already think you have, because nothing new under the sun. Education been on the earth since the days of Noah, and before. Oh yeah, I'm telling you. Now I know it's lame though. You can't accept this kind of talk. You can't accept that the people in Noah's day was educated. Like yeah, it would be the same. They was educated. How else could God say, or a prophet or a follower of the Most High, the only creator of life inside of anything um, that lives without batteries? How could he tell you it's nothing new under the sun? Like, you feel me? So with that knowledge right there, or that knowing, you know that in the days of Noah, there were education. It was education centers. In the days of Adam, right? What you mean? In the days of Adam, in the centers, I mean, in the education center of the garden, it's up to you how you hear, right? You can hear a run-on sentence. You can hear two or three sentences. You can hear just one. It's up to you. Because I ain't write it down for you. So in the days of Adam, people was educated and they ate at the centers of the garden. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Most people ain't gonna feel it because they was reset. Like, you know, they call it the Great Reset, which is now, right? What you mean, Wayne? When you came to Earth and you learned about I don't know, you might have seen the center of your grandma's garden because the only garden you know of was the one she worked in. I don't know how to say it to you. You know, you might have seen some farm documentaries, and you felt that in the farm had a garden, and you seen in the center of that garden, and who knows, right? I'm telling you, that's the reset itself. That's it. That is the reset itself. So in the days of Noah, they had education centers. In the days of Adam, they had the center of the garden. Man, it's in your face. Like, it's literal. Like, it's like you getting talked to, Wayne. I know people think I'm high and mighty, but these people that's listening might not think that. Wayne, you always ready. You ready for these people that you done seen it so much you just know how they think. I think I know how they feel because they always say the same thing talking about who is y'all. You know, I be like, y'all, you know, they like, who is y'all? You know, and it's like the same thing every time, like a broken record, but only I can hear it. And everyone's saying the same thing. And I only see the same thing. What you mean? I only see the same thing that I told myself in the center of grandma's garden is a snake. It's a snake in the center of the garden grandma worked in. Because I don't know what the heck you talking about. I think you want to go to freedom. You want to go to be dumb. or know that you in sin, right? You want to go to know that you in sin, which is ignorance. Know that you nice. Um, know that you foolish. You want to go right there when you know it, and start right there. Because the only knowledge you have, knowledge, I don't want to call it knowledge. The only knowing you have, which is knowledge, right? But the only knowing is I can't say you, is grandma's garden. And in the center of her garden, because that's the only garden I ever seen. I don't know what y'all talking about, or I do. In the center of grandma's garden is a snake, and it talk. I didn't even know the snake talked till I watched the documentary on something about snakes talking. But you know what I'm saying? Because I always felt the tree was telling me I'm sitting right here. Like I always felt you was telling me, you that's listening, you telling me I'm listening or not. Like I always felt that the snake in the center of that garden telling me I'm right here. Like he literally telling me, right? Like, it's so easy that people can't imagine. It's easy to see truth. Like it's easy to see truth. We're gonna call it the truth because you're telling us. But it's easy to see truth. It's easy to see it. It's so easy to see it that seeing truth is truth. Even if you see a lie, it's true you see a lie. Right? Like it's true that you lying. Like, you feel what I'm saying? It's so easy to see it that my nephew was saying, man, I heard it not just from my nephew. I think my sweet thing, I think she also said that people don't want to learn something new. I'm telling you, you already know, right? Like, which school you went to? And to me, your response should be, now I'm telling you, it should, but it's your choice, right? But I'm still saying, because you know it's Wayne talking, I think. Your response should be, we all went to which school then? Like I went to which school because I know how to spell my name. Yep. You know how to spell, huh? Yeah. Okay. So you know that when Wayne talking to you, that Wayne asking you, not asking you, he telling you went to which school. Two. You feel what I'm saying? Like most people don't hear it. I don't know why they don't hear it. I don't know why they don't hear that. Like they don't hear they understand how to spell. Duh, Wayne. We all know how to spell. We all know how to spell our names, even you, Wayne. Right? You feel me? But jocks. They call them jocks. It's a guy named Jock, right? They call them jocks, like jockeys or jocks. Some jocks don't even play basketball. They just wear basketball jerseys. Some jocks don't play football. They do certain work after school. Right? You feel me? Jocks. Duh, Wayne. Everyone knows that we know how to spell our name, including you, Wayne, right? You feel me? And to me, you telling me to my face, you a magician. And you ain't even hiding from me. You know how to spell? Yeah, Wayne, you, right? You know, cause I like pointing the finger, not I, but like pointing the finger at the lane. This, you know what I'm saying? We can't get our rocks off on the next jock that's higher than us. That jock better than me. I can't get off on him. Let's look at Wayne. Wayne, right? You feel me? And I'm him, and I know I'm him. I know it. Ain't no use trying to run from it, trying to act like I'm a jock too, when I know I'm the one a jock looking for. And he can't look for no other jock or his friend jock. He can't look for no other jock because that jock better than him. Whatever, y'all, man, it's easy to see this stuff when you lame and you sitting back watching it and you sitting here looking at it all your life, and the higher jock will tell the other jock that you suck on the court today, for example, right? And the other jock be like, man, I wasn't on my game, bruh. I went. But if Wayne say that to him, the lesser jock or the higher jock, they'll be like, get your money up or something. You know what I'm saying? I love life. Only on Earth can you see this stuff. Like only when you lame can you see. You see it when you're not lame because you sitting back watching it. You just it's hard for you to come over there and look out for them, which is it's harder for it's easier. I mean, it's easier for a camel to get through an eye of a needle than a rich man to get in the head. Which is that you that see the lane getting bullied by the jock or getting jocked, you sitting back watching it because you acting rich. But I know most people ain't gonna appreciate what I say because my nephew told me. I'm grateful for him because he said what he say. It sound like you like after you talking so much, it sound like you talking about me. Now I'm putting it in my own words, right? Like it sound like you talking about me and you sit there and watch me live. And I don't even know you. I ain't never seen you, whoever you is. But you know, it's like you talking about me. You being convicted. What you mean? Like you feel like you being judged, which is conviction, right? And you see the world. I'm just jumping all over the place, but the world is identical no matter where you go. Like, say you was to go to Japan and they was learning English in school as well as the language they talk. Then you will say hello, for example, hi or whatever. How you doing? To them, you know that you talking English, period. So therefore, you and your next door neighbor and people in Japan is identical on certain points of life, literally. So you that feel convicted, you done live the identical, trifling, foolish life as the one that I seen live it, literally. That's why you feel convicted. And that's why I feel like I'm talking about you. And like I was standing right there watching you all your life. Literally. You shouldn't chase lanes, but I know people better than lanes. They don't know no better. They don't know what they do. Forgive them, Father. Right? They don't know that the lane's in here studying everybody that chase him. And he know that we chase him identical like the dog sick. What you mean? Like he need to go to the vet? Yeah, kinda. But you know, they tell him sick 'em boy, right? The dog's sick. They tell him sick 'em. And you know that jocks, even though you're a female and you ain't never played basketball or ran track or none of that, you still act rich. For it's easier for a camel to get through an eye of a needle than a rich man to get in the heaven. And I know it's gonna feel convicting, and I know it's gonna feel like, man, you think you better than us. I don't know how to say it. It's a feeling. And I know it. I know because you can't imagine, even though you get food stamps, those that get food stamps, not all of you. Even though you get food stamps, you still act like you richer than lames. But only I can tell you this because I can't nobody tell you this. Can nobody tell you this where you feel convicted, where you've been watching lames get bullied or jocked, or you've been punishing lames yourself. And you gonna feel like, man, it's me you talking about, which is my nephew say, man, it feel like you criticizing. People start feeling like you criticizing them. I know, cause you being judged, but I ain't judging you. I'm not judging you. I ain't never seen you cheat on me. Can no woman cheat on me? But for example, I ain't never seen you cheat on me a day in my life. I don't know you. Why you feel like it's you? Because it is. You feel what I'm saying to you? You know how when you go to a movie theater, no matter what state, like they call it states, Nebraska or something, no matter what state you paid to get in that movie, yeah, that's identical. What about like when you going to the beach or something called out of town? You might not call it out of town. Some people just say Disney World. You know, they don't feel like out of town is probably the country. You know, but you going out of town or to Disney World or the beach or outside where you feel you live at, you know that everyone gonna say it just like that. identical. Like you put where I was going with, you know how when you went to the beach out of town or the Disney World and you put your tennis shoes in the trunk. You know what I'm talking about? It might not be tennis shoes, your dress shoes, your shoes. Yeah. Okay. All of y'all in the world. Why are you saying it like that? All of us. All of us. All of us. I don't want to leave myself out. I put my shoes in the trunk before too. All of us that's in the world are identical. I'm telling you. What's the first letter of the alphabet? I was trying to tell my little one this. I was like, if you act like Keita, I love Keita, though, I do. But if you act like Keita, you gonna be like Keita, like period. Like you gonna do everything Keita do, like to a T. But I don't know how to show you because you feel like this me, this myself. Everyone different. No one's perfect. You know all that talk y'all got. And I'm telling you from my experience, to me, you got the same experience. From my experience, um, y'all identical. Y'all that act like Keita. I'm not talking junk. I'm not talking junk. I'm telling the truth. I'm telling you truth. I can say it nice. You act like somebody I know before. You know what I'm saying? When you say it nice to them and they can't move, man, whatever, y'all, this stuff is magic. Feel like magic to me. Feel like it. You tell a person what to feel and what not to feel. It look like it to me. It looked like spelling. It looked like spelling words. It looked like we using the dictionary to share it with each other. It like we stick dictionary terms inside each other's mind. And it like we take turns doing it. I don't know. I don't know if people can see this. I don't know though. I know I'm lame and I know that they think that I think I'm all high and mighty. And I know that I think that they think I'm a know it all. And I know all that. But I know I'm telling you what's in your face too. Because if you act like Peter, you done had a Wayne before. Period. But I can't say if you act like Peter though, unless I told you. If I told you that, then yeah, you act just like grown men. Men, it's brothers. It's brothers. Because a woman have a mind too, which is her men. So brothers act like Peter too. Act just like. I know I'll be all over the place, which is by design, right? Which is the sign. He say, you look for a sign. I am the sign, right? Which is, I am design. Right? I am by design. I'm standing by design. I'm standing by the sign, right? I'm standing right there. I am the sign. Because I don't know, for one, I don't know what you're saying, right? Unless I tell myself what you're saying. And to me, you saying, you standing by the sign? You standing by the sign, ain't you? And I know, man, the worldly people only hear in slang. They only can hear in slang. They call their children kids. You kind of get what I'm saying? And to them, a kid is a child, Wayne. And I'm telling you, well, I'm not telling you. They told you a kid is a baby goat. And you got baby goats. You know what people saying to you. Because to me, people know, some people know that they got goats or kids. Some people know they got kids. And some of these people don't know what the heck they talking. They just copying you or me. But I don't tell you I got kids. You will never hear me talk like that. You remember when you were little, some of you from Nazareth and Israel. You remember when you were little and your grandma and your mama would correct you on the way you talk? Like they not kids, they children. Maybe it was just me. And stop being sorry. Sorry mean no good. I don't know if you remember. If it was you. Well, it seemed like they wanted to keep everything proper and it's proper context and you don't say I ain't. You say you don't say I ain't. You don't say I'm finna. You know what I'm talking about? From my point of view, when the person say I'm finna go to the stove, even though they ain't say fixing to, they still say fixing to because your response, that response, your response to them was that they said fixing to, which is my father in heaven. So I told my father, then you come, right? So when you say I throw my ball farther than you or dart or whatever, you saying father like my daddy. Like my daddy is my father, which is I throw my ball farther than you come. So to me, it's valid because I would ask you like farther, FARTHER, farther. How is your father doing? Which is when I see you on the horizon or come around the corner, as far as my eyes can see, you are farther as you can be from me at that point on the horizon, literally, which is Father. Jesus say, I'm going to my Father who is your Father. I'm going who I'm going to my God who was also your God. You are the one that's living, if I can say it that way. What is good and evil? Like when you go to the grave in life or not on your toes, didn't make it, um, you know, you go on a diet. In life, what is going on a diet? Like when you in heaven or you father, what is good? You father away from me. Same word. It's the same thing. Because I've been talking to y'all like that all my life. And what you doing, I put the letter U right there. Because I see a U in your face. I see a U under your arm, in your leg. I see a U in you, right? So I say, what you doing? And you might feel wow, you, when I'm saying letter U. But to you telling yourself what I'm saying. But I've been talking to y'all like this all my life. All my is one word. All my life is two words with one sentence. All my, one word. Life, one word. So it's two words, but you might see three. And I've been talking to you like that all my life. I love you is one word, which is a sentence. And I've been talking to everyone like this all my life. And y'all respond to me like I'm saying I love you. Like you respond to me like what you doing. You responded. The letter U. What you letter you doing? And you'll respond to me. They don't write it down for you. You really don't know what they saying. You want to get freedom with? You want to get some freedom? You deserve freedom. Like what I'm saying to you, if I don't write it down. And it's been like that your whole life. But it's lame. It's lame to come over here and see that what's being said is what's being said. Like to see change for $1, say change for $1. To see understand how to spell, say understand how to spell. And to see that which school you went to, say which school you went to, like it's lame to come over here. And that's why you won't come. Because they're gonna pick at you. You sitting here seeing some cool water cologne, right? Or not, right? You sitting here seeing some cool water in the glass. They talking about cologne. You feel what I'm saying? It's lame. But what I was wanting to read as I go along was right here was Jesus was called a drunkard and he didn't deny it. Skip. Man, hold on. Okay. Jesus was called a drunkard or a drunkard or a drunkard, and he didn't deny it by Ryan Hasty, 4616, alcohol. In Luke 7:34, we read that Jesus' critic called him a drunkard. Some have suggested that they would not have called Jesus a drunkard if he did not, at the very least, imbibe alcoholic wine on occasion. Others say the fact that Jesus never explicitly denied the charges means he at least consumed moderate amounts of alcohol, and so this text is used as a justification by some that we can consume modern day distilled, DAY, modern day distilled alcohol. First, Jesus' enemies were not interested in painting, PAINTING, painting. When you see this stuff, like when you see you being literally talked to, you realize why it's called what it's called. First, Jesus' enemies were not interested in painting an accurate picture of Jesus. They merely wanted to discredit him and rob him of his influence. As a result, he was called many things: a Samaritan, John 8:48, demon possessed, John 7:20, and a sinner, John 9:24. If we follow the same logic, those that mean Jesus had just a little bit of sin, did he have a little bit of demon in him? Was he at least part Samaritan? If we can see the utter falsehood in these accusations, why do we assume that the fact that they called him a drunkard or a drunkard means he engaged in the social drinking of alcohol? What they got to do with anything, Wayne? Just putting in a disclaimer before I go to this right here. The title of the video is they telling you DAY. All right, I'm about to read Genesis 1:13 or 14. Well, I'm gonna read 13. And in the evening, in the morning, were the third day. And God said, let there be lights in the firmament of the heaven to divide the day from the night, and let them be for signs and for seasons and for days and years, and let them be for lights in the firmament of the heaven to give light upon the earth. And it was so. Man, you can see this truth with your own eyes, but it's all in the English. You might think you know though, right? And God made two great lights, the greater light to rule the day, and a lesser light to rule the night. And he made the stars. And God set them in the firmament of the heaven to give light upon the earth, and to rule over the day and over the night, and to divide the light from the darkness. And God saw that it was good. Every day is good. That's my own part of it. Every day is good. That's not written here. And in the evening, in the morning, were the fourth day. And God said, let the waters bring forth abundantly the moving creature that hath life, and fowl that may fly above the earth in the open firmament of heaven. And God created great whales and every living creature that moveth, which the waters brought forth abundantly after their kind, and every winged fowl after his kind. And God saw that it was good. And God blessed them, saying, be fruitful and multiply, and fill the waters in the seas, and let fowl multiply in the earth. and the evening and the morning were the fifth day. So what I'm here to show, which already shown to you, I mean, it's already shown literally, or to vouch for, um, is that the sun is called day, and day telling you, D-A-Y, D-A-Y telling you, they telling you, because all glory goes to your Father or God, or all glory goes to Him, whatever title you claiming He is to be. Um, all glory go to whoever you claim Him to be. It, Him, they, or what. So when they telling you everything you know. But He'll tell you everything when you walk with Him. They say money talk, which is gold and silver, which is silver moon, golden sun. And it talks. What you mean, Wayne? The snake in the center of my grandma's garden is telling me I'm here. I'm saying it in English. It's not in English. A snake telling you is right there is not in English. Whatever's in your face right now is telling you is right there. It's not in English. So they, D-A-Y, telling you. How you know anything? That's the truth you want to go to. And when you go to that truth, you'll do greater things than me. Which I'm waiting on you to open your eyes and see. We call what you see, I call it. I'm gonna say I call it. Or he calls it, or it. Day. We call it day. You realize the ones that God loves, the prophets, the ones who wrote this down for you or us or me, love you more than what you know, and they telling you what's in your face. They agree with you. Let me say it that way. They agree with the truth that's in your face. They just call it day. D-A-Y. So day, D-A-Y, which is the sun. Let me get to that verse because I know some people don't know that the sun is called day in English. When none of these languages get past you if it was lies. What you mean, Wayne? It's the truth. Truth in your face. We call it day. And none of it would get past you if it was lies. Right here, I looked up. The sun is called day. And what it gave me was one says, for the Lord God, this is in Psalms 84:11. One says, for the Lord God is a sun and shield. And the other reassures us, the sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. Because the moon is called night, and the sun is called day. Or the sun is the ruler of the day, which is how far you walking. Some would put a ruler on the steps you took and say this amount of feet. So the rule by day is the sun, literally, and the rule by night is the moon. We call it the moon. Out here, that's what we call it. Label it. Say it is. We say it's the sun. That's what we call it. But truth is not in English. When you eat from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, you will come understand how to spell. And when you come understand how to spell, you can't hear truth unless it's in the language you think you talk. You can't hear it no more, even though you hear it. Because you done covered over your truth with tones or another man's country or place of dwelling or whatever. It's a language you talk. And you can't hear truth no more, even though you see it all your life. Which is you under spells. Literally. Literally. So some people would say the King James Version or whatever version is not your version or whatever they saying, right? I say, I know I'm not your but I am far as your eye can see though, right? I'm right over the horizon if you just come that way. Um I'm not the one that had a time with the one um that guarded over you, though I am one that can say truth is in your face, and we or y'all call the sun, y'all call daytime. That's what we call it. Y'all call it daytime. We call it daytime. You that's on the inside. We out here telling you that that's daylight. That's what we telling you it is. But when you go over there with the ones that talk like you see, and I know some people like Shakespeare wrote the Bible and Egypt had it already and all this stuff. If you can see it in Egypt hieroglyphs, then to me you still see it. You can still see it in the hieroglyphs, right? The same thing. How you know anything? How you know that's your teacher? If you can call it that. How you know that's your mama teaching you? The light. And that's the light you want to go to. True light. To know anything. Even people that don't know how to read can hear truth. Don't know how to read or comprehend the language. They still can hear truth or see it. That's where you want to go. To the literal truth that's in your face because the world don't exist. You know, some people will be saying I'm a drunkard and crazy and I'm demon possessed. And what was the other Samaritan, whatever that is? And they would say all this stuff about me. You realize what real life foolishness is. You realize what real life truth is. And you realize that you've been taken, like the movie, not like it, because it's a copy of your life. But the movie Taken, and that father or the husband who is Jesus looking for his one lost sheep, whom is me or you, and you realize that you was taken from where you stand by force, and I ain't talking about um the Jedi lifting up a spaceship or something, starfighter or something. I'm talking about when you hand somebody something and you give them a treat, a snack, or something to eat, $1 or whatever, they just took it out your hand by force. It's amazing. You talk like this, man. People mind can go way over to somewhere, and they ain't even saying that, and then they is saying it. So by force, you what's delicate eggs? You took the eggs out the carton by force. Force don't have to be shoving hard. Force don't have to be snatching hard, rough, or vigorously. To take something could be just thank you. Could be like I appreciate it. You know this, man. Y'all know this. When they take your rent money, you use something people can relate to. They take your rent money. You know what I'm talking about? By force. And I ain't talking about no my people, boy. I tell you, they love to see quick movements, and they love to see um, quick aggressive movement when you talk. And you ain't even talking like that. They took your rent by a gentle force. You put gentle on there, then they like, oh yeah, yeah. You say force, they feel like they was robbed or something. like like you married your wife by force or your husband. Like you by force got you a car. You took the car keys from the seller's hands by force. But I know it's sad. It's sad how people hear how they mind telling them you saying this, where that is what's being said, but no, you meaning like just like they just took the check out my hand. Like I was paying them on time, I gave it to them, right? We try to cover it up, like this the reason why I let them take it by force, right? Like, hey, yeah, I get you, I kind of get you. Um, you get your grocery bag took it off the counter and put in a bag by force. Um, People don't know force can be gentle and force can be rough, so they don't know when something or someone, something like a TV or someone like in a courtroom say by force, they could be talking about like you gently took the check out their hand, right? Like when you got paid, when they used to give you checks, now it's on your phone or whatever. But you remember when you took the check or grabbed it or reached for, picked it up, you did it by force, right? Slang, street knowledge, um, street wisdom, all that is foolishness because you can't hear no more. You can't hear just regular talk, just regular talking to you no more. You can't hear it no more. Street knowledge, street code, knowing the game. I don't know if that's the game though, right? I mean, I'm just feeling that the game is you cool. Right? I don't know. I heard that all my life before the Sir Drop character. I heard don't know the game way before him. But street wisdom, street wise, slang, um, All that kind of talk is foolish talk. It's foolishness. Because you talking in English, right? You just slanging or with the street knowledge. You talking in English. Yeah. Okay, to me, you talk foolish. I'm not picking at you. I'm not putting you down. I'm saying you talk. You getting what you asked for, and you don't like it, but you asking for what you don't like. You like you like evil people in your life. Nah, bro. I try to think positive. I try to be more positive and do positive things. Be around positive people. Y'all done heard these speeches, and you like black people. Yeah, they're my people, bro. We need to do and we should. And some of us, not positive, but some of us, most of overall live. And you saying you like evil people. Nah, I was just saying nah, I don't. And you like black people? Yeah, they're my people. Like I don't get what you're saying. In English, you saying you like evil people. In English, you saying that in English. You saying that in English, bro? Yeah. Okay. In English, you saying you like dirty people. It's sad. It's sad when you realize that the world literally talking to me, right? The world talking to me in English. You feel what I'm saying? Like so. So when Martin Luther King was marching, for example, he was marching for black people. You ain't stupid. You ever listen to Martin Luther King last speech? His final speech. They call it final speech. Nah. My uncle used to listen. Now, it's all different ways of answering this question. Well, I know you feel like Martin Luther King, the character. I ain't never seen him a day in my life. The character, he was marching. They call it march or something for all black people. And to his final speech, you for black people. I'm telling you, because the world talking to you in English. You don't feel they is? Like, you feel what I'm saying? Where you laughing? I can't help because I know they gonna gnash their teeth. I know they gonna be crying and they gonna gnash their teeth because they couldn't imagine that they ain't talking slang to me. I mean, you the only one know what slang in English is. That's the whole thing about it, that you the only one have an idea of the English that I'm talking to you right now. I'm copying Ted Koppel and Peter Jennings. You feel me? I heard them talk to y'all like this, or my family or friends. I heard them talking to y'all just like this, so I talk like this to you. You feel me? You might think I'm a black man, so you're gonna hear me in slang, and that's why you can't hear me, because you telling yourself what a black man is, and you telling yourself that's what I am if you is. And you only can hear me and black people talk. You feel me? I'm laughing because you can't imagine. It's easy to be in truth. Like it's lame though. That's the hard part, I guess. It's lame. Like people gonna pick at you. They're gonna tell you party pooping and stuff. They're gonna say, there you go again. They're gonna be, you know what I'm talking about. I can't help but to laugh because I'm standing on the shore and you in the ocean. Or I'm in the ocean walking on the water, right? And I'm standing on the shore, right? I'm standing on the shore yelling across, saying, hey y'all, you get my dictionary usage. You use a dictionary, right? Yeah. You using it now, Wayne? Yeah. I mean, that's the way I think we talk, right? He told me to say it to you like this, where you can understand or comprehend it or not. But I'm sure that you are talking English to everyone in the world. Yeah, so, and you understand how to spell. Yeah. Okay, well to me, you are over there. You know them boats they were talking about. You know what you mean, Wayne? You remember them boats? They call them ships or boats or something, and a bunch of people got into them packed like sardines, literally. And they got into them boats like a sardine can, like literally. You know what I'm talking about? Or was put in there by force, right? You feel what I'm saying? Like, yeah, man, they did from here to there, and the Atlantic slave, and yeah, man, I'm telling you, bro, listen, them boats you got on was called ships. Yeah, and you ever had a friendship before? Yeah, that's it. That's the ship you got on. You know what I'm talking about? Like, you ever wanted to have companionship? Yeah, that's it. That's the ship you got on, bro. I'm telling you. What about matrimony ship? Nah, bro. Like, she or some brothers like, yeah, man, my wife, this and that, right? They start answering questions that they got something to do with it, but they don't get that. Damn, them the boats we got on, packed like sardines. We got on friendships. Yeah, like, man, it's amazing when you realize, like, man, they literally talking to me, bro. They literally talking to you, bro. I'm standing on the shore. They talking to you just like friendship. You know, like friendship. Yeah, they talking about literal ships. You educated. You think a boat supposed to be made of wood, grow from the earth, but it's made of wood though. It's just not wood. What you told yourself, man. Listen, you get mind screwed on a grand level. You can't imagine them ships you got on talking about with a boat. You know how them people, them conscious people come online talking about where the boat's at, man, where the ships. And, you know what I'm saying? Throwing you official, throwing you off, literally. And they telling you all your life about the ship you got on. Literally. The thing about it, they ain't even lying to you. Like, what you mean? But then again, there is. What I'm saying is, you know how people tell you something called truth. Like, the person you work with said, they said like you was at work with them today. That's true, right? You know what I'm talking about? What you mean? Like, they saying that I was at work today and I seen them? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's true, right? They ain't lying to you, which is they is lying to you, which is your school. The school you attended, it was lying right there on the ground. You know how you see a stick lying there, or you see a jury, you know, a piece of jewelry lying there on the ground. Yeah, okay. The school is lying right there on the ground. Like, they lying to you, but they not lying to you. You feel what I'm saying? They telling you you're gonna understand how to spell. They telling you they got a principal staff meeting today. They telling you. The whole thing about it is everyone talk Bible. And if you know Bible, then you can hear Bible talk everywhere. Literally. Like, literally, lack of understanding, right? A lack of true understanding. What's true understanding? You stand under the sun or the oxygen that's above you and you breathe. And you know, you gotta take this because they so smart. You breathe oxygen. Yeah, and it's above you too. We call it air or sky or something, which is true understanding. It's the only understanding. Like, you know, we built a bridge and we call it you standing under it. But you know, before you stood to see that bridge, how you see it? My eyes. And how your eyes see it? The sun? East. So that's the true understanding, like literal understanding that no one can deny. Even though we gonna act like we gonna blame our teachers and we gonna blame our mama and daddy. We're gonna blame all them that we felt that told us something, and they you told yourself 1+1 is 2. Ain't nobody told you that. But they did. My teacher was showing me over and over, and I didn't get it for a long time. And I finally got it. Which is who? Who told you when you finally got it? My teacher. And you studied and made sure you remembered it? Yeah. Okay. Like to me, like you want to blame somebody. God made sure you ain't got no one to blame. What you mean, Wayne? God made sure that one day when you come to truth, you'll realize you're the only one thinking all your life. And I could tell you a dog is a hairy, furry animal that's man's best friend. And to me, you're gonna go inside yourself and you're gonna tell yourself what I'm talking about. Period. Period. Because you don't know nothing but what you told yourself we talking about. God made sure that it would be you and him alone, right? Like he love you so much. If you just turn to him, he right there. You realize, man, this stuff is literal, Wayne. I'm telling you, it's literal. He right there with you, right? You feel what I'm saying? You're the only one thinking. Who talking to you that makes sense? Like the rent question, like they call it the black question, right? The black man question or something, right? You know what I'm talking about, right? But they call it the rent question. That's what I call it. You know, the rent question. Does it make sense or not? You feel what I'm saying? And the one in you, he right there with you, telling you that make good sense. It make good sense. Just like let there be light. It make good sense. But it's lame. And you know, here we come talking about you're gonna get put out. You know what I'm saying? Here we come. Telling you stuff that you still told yourself what you're gonna get put out is. You told yourself what that is. Anything we saying, you told yourself what we saying. Period. I know it's hard to accept responsibility or the ability to respond, and that you the only one thinking. Um, I know it's gonna be hard for some people to realize they the only one thinking all day life. I told my mom, man, I love my mom, I do. I told my mom she had to rethink things, but she had went into a pause moment because she was tending to be like my sisters in ways, but then she allowed herself to hear me talking one day. And I said, Mama, you the only one thinking all your life. I don't know if you can feel what I'm saying, but you telling yourself what anything is, period. She had to pause, sit there and think about it for a moment. Yeah. I knew one day, one moment, y'all gonna be able to hear me. Like one day you gonna be able to hear, damn man, that crazy man named Wayne was talking about. Hey, I think I see what he's saying now. Yeah, it's hard to see it because we're gonna pick. I'm not gonna pick at you, but we're gonna pick at you when we find out you lame. You feel me? I'm not gonna pick at you because I can see that you can see. Like you can see it. But you kind of feel what I'm saying? You are is your. The word you are is your put together, right? Yeah. Your father in heaven. You saying you are Father in heaven? Hey, we all know that your is you are, right? Yeah. Okay. Your Father in heaven? What Jacob did not know. Jacob didn't remember what he knew, right? Jacob remember what he did not know. What's that, Wayne? Jacob remember that his flesh and blood was sitting on a throne of gold. He cannot worship mammon, and you cannot serve God and mammon. But you will dishonor one and honor the other, or you will hate one and not hate the other. It's literal. Like you know how when they say black people hate themselves. Black ain't got nothing to do with your skin color. I'm telling you when I'm talking. But you know how they say black people hate themselves. Yeah. Okay. So when you have a master like Mammon, then you will hate yourself, your Father in heaven. People can talk to you, man, and tell you all about yourself, but you can't hear it. But you have understanding of man. And when you have understanding of man, you are understanding. You know, some people feel like man only have a morning rise or a rooster. Uh, you know, I'm trying to talk nice with you, right? But some people feel that man only have a roost. Only men have roosters. You kind of get what I'm saying? Man is mine, y'all. But you know, some people feel like when you're talking about man, that you're talking about the one with the rooster, right? You ain't got to say you ain't got you ain't got to talk a certain way, man. When people throw up, you can just talk to them the way they always would talk to. Like, some people don't feel that man, a sister got a man. Yeah, my sister, she got a man. She been married to him. No, bro, listen, your sister got a mind. Yeah, yeah, she do. Yeah, man, they'll be having cold line conversations with you. Your sister got a man, which is a mind. Yeah, your sister is man. Oh yeah, yeah, we all man. You talk to people certain ways, you could cut them off official, or you could cut them on initial. You could cut them off official, you could cut them on initial. It is magic. Yeah, it's so simple to see it that it's so simple to see that understanding is understanding. Yeah, like I'm telling you, it's that easy to see it. So knowing how to spell is knowing how to spell, right? Like I'm telling you, it's that easy. Like it. So, so you know when they had an enter and exit sign, and I get entertained, it's similar to like entering and exiting. Um, telling you, you ain't stupid. It's just that it feel weird to see it like that. It's lame. Like it feel lame, right? It feel weird to see that how can I say this? You say you a magician because you know how to spell. Like that feel weird to you. You feel what I'm saying? Like you went to which school? Like you which school you went to, right? Like it feel weird to realize you went to school. I can't help but to laugh because my people perish for lack of knowledge. And they can't imagine that day, man, I've been they have been hearing this stuff the right way because the world like listen to you. What you mean, Wayne? You know how you be going around talking about black people need to be, black people should have, and black people gonna get, and one day they should. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, we do need. No, listen, man, listen. Thing before you go into all that, because I know how y'all is. What I'm saying is, like, you saying evil people need to be, evil people should do, dirty people should have. Nah, I ain't saying that. Oh, bruh, listen, bruh. I'm telling you, bruh, sister. I'm telling you, you get what you asked for. Like literally. You know how all this crazy stuff going on around in the hood or around the world they call it? Yeah, man, it's wild. Like you feel like it could be called evil. Yeah, that's black stuff. That's evil stuff. Yeah, that's black stuff. Black stuff. I know, man. I know your mind way over there in the world, and you. It's kind of lame to come over here and hear regular English. It's like I don't know, like you gonna fall official. You gonna fall off. It's like you gonna fall off, or you gonna fall off official. And what you trying to be official though, right? Trying to have official life, and you can't see that the official life, or yeah, official, because you don't want to see you falling off. You the official life that you falling for is you falling off fish. You falling off fish. I don't know how y'all don't hear it. I don't know. It ain't no complaining. It ain't no. it ain't. It, it ain't no complaining. It ain't no. Why they gonna do me like this? Or man, why they gonna put me understand how to spell? Like why they having principal staff meetings and stuff, bruh? Bruh, you asking for it, bruh? You asking for your own apartment, right? Nah, I want a house. Okay, well we can use that one. You say you want a who use. Nah, I'm gonna use my house. But I can imagine talking to my people. I'm telling you. No, so you want a who use. Nah, man, I was saying I'm gonna be using it. And like my house, I'm saying house, man. I'm saying House, who use. Oh, yeah, I know. I say the same thing because I ain't trying to be lame. I'm trying to fit in. Right? I want my own house, right? I'm trying to fit in with you, right? And I can see they say who use, right? Literally, it says it. But I know, man, when you talk to foreigners, or not talk to them, when you listen to foreign people talk, you'll hear them say they went to the who use, and you might be you heard it because the conversation was about the who use they fixing. They getting their who use fixed up. And and you seen somebody pull in the garage of the who use, and you realize that oh, in they language they say who use instead of house. Yep, you've been hearing it all your life. Some people call Gentiles genitals, literally. And they ain't being funny with you. They really see that Gentiles say genitals. You kind of get what I'm saying? It's sad when you realize that, dang man, this stuff in my face, bro. like, like when you laugh, I'm laughing because you gonna laugh too. One day you're gonna be talking to your loved ones, and you're gonna be like, man, uh, you're gonna probably change it now because you realize you the house and you the who use. But you're gonna be talking to your people, you're gonna be like, y'all ready to get y'all own who use, and they ain't gonna get what you saying, even though everybody in the room talking about house, and you're gonna be like, who use, right? Like, and you know that they don't get it because you know that they don't say who use like that. They say house like that. and you know it, and you gonna be laughing. You just can't help but to laugh because, like, man, this stuff in your face. Like, they in the garage, right? They in the garage building computers. They in the garage. Say what? They in the garage. I'm telling you, some foreigners talk to you like this. They in the garage building a car, right? They park their car in the garage. You feel what I'm saying? I know you gonna act like you don't see it though, because like you get what you ask for. You get what you ask for. You want a house with a 2-car garage. I mean garage. I did, man, but yeah, you want. I'm telling you, you got the 2-car garage or garage, and you got the house to who use, right? You got all that, but you can't see it though. You can't see that because you told yourself what a house was or who use, and you told yourself what a 2-car garage or garage. You told yourself what it was. So you seeing a whole nother thing other than what you saying in English. So what a garage got to do with a garage? Everything. Telling you, they in the garage building computers. The first computer was sold for how much? Y'all ain't stupid. You ain't stupid. They in the garage building computers. Yep. They tell you the story. They be all happy to tell you. I'm telling you, you ain't stupid. I'm telling you. You see it, you just don't want to. You always seen it. You know how when the magician, not the magician, the witch. You know how the witch in the movies, she'll make a magic potion, or she'll tell the young man he's under her spell, or he understand how to spell. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, 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 yeah. She say he under her spell. Yeah, I mean I hear understand how to spell too. I hear that too. But yeah, under spells. You know how when that character be saying that to the other character because ain't nobody there. Them characters. And like when you pull the carrot up out you pull the carrot up out of the earth and they have all that soil on it. Yeah, that's a character. You know how when the horse be going behind the buggy or pulling the buggy with a carrot in front of him and he never get to it? Yeah, you chasing characters. You chasing carrots like literally. Telling you get what you ask for. You really do get what you asking for in that language. Even if you was talking Spanish and you wanted to understand how to spell in Spanish, you was finna get some magic, like literally. Look it up. Look it up. You'll see that you asking to be a magician in English. But magician might be all languages, but you asking to be a spelling word former, right? Right? Yeah. Spelling word caster. You hear it a certain way because you entertain. And because you entertain, when you hear it a certain way, your mind tell you that no way I got anything to do with being a magician. Now I can form words with letters with my mouth, but I can't cast words with letters with my mouth. Man, I wish you could see that you said the same thing in English. You a spell caster. I mean, you a spelling word former, right? You doing it too, Wayne. Yeah. To me, you could call me a magician. And I wouldn't feel offended. I wouldn't feel like, nah, bro, like, ain't no way. I'm understanding how to spell. Ain't no way. Like, I ain't finna do it with you because to me, you literally talking. You telling me that everyone around me is magicians. To me, that's what you saying. You ain't even lying. I mean, you lying right there on the couch, like you sitting on the couch. Some people call it lying. like you lying on the couch, but you sitting on it, or you lying on the couch, but you sitting on the couch, but you lying on it, right? Like you sit at the bus stop, but you're standing right there. You lay at the bus stop, but you're sitting right there. So to me, you lying right there. You sitting right there lying. You feel what I'm saying? Telling you, man, when if they don't write down what they saying to you, um, like medications, right? In the commercial, medications or entertainment, right? And they don't write it down, freedom, especially freedom. And they don't write it down for you. What they saying to you? Freedom. That's what they saying. Ain't they saying it? Yeah. Okay. So what you gonna complain for? Why you gonna complain when you know you wanted some freedom and they offered you some? Why you complaining? You can't suicide in court. You can't sue another side in court. You can't sue a side in court. You feel what I'm saying? He said they many will seek death, but they will not find them, which is suicide in court. Where you're gonna wake up to truth and realize you're getting what you're asking for. And you're gonna realize that you've been saying it, hearing people say it, and you've been offered freedom all your life. And you getting all the freedom you could ever ask for. And you're gonna realize that, dang man, this ain't what I really wanted. I ain't want to be entertained. I wanted to be entertained. Right? That's how you're gonna be talking. I ain't want to understand how to spell. I want to understand how to spell. Like ain't nothing to complain about. And you're gonna be crying and gnashing your teeth. Literally. And you can't suicide in court. Because you're getting what you asked for. You want to come to earth and think you English and know you ain't at the same time? What you mean, Wayne? Y'all claim to be black people from anywhere on the earth. Like sound like God children though. But y'all claim to be black people from anywhere on the earth. Like y'all don't have no black land. Y'all don't have no black language. Y'all don't have nothing black except for the clothes you maybe wear, whatever. And you just gonna come to earth and just start claiming to be something that you don't even know what you claiming, right? You don't even know what you claiming. Where black people from? Africa. Well, where Africa from? Hey, bro, I ain't think about it like that. Africa from the earth. We always got some kind of we feel like we know it all. We always got some answer. And I'm saying, bro, show me. Never mind. I mean, go ahead, Wayne. No, I mean, because I know you can't show me. Like, show show me where Africa at. I mean, where black people at in Africa. And to me, you got to pay for tickets or something. Get us over there in the plane, and you got to show me that this person right here is black. You feel what I'm saying? Because that's paint. If you're gonna show me a map or something, that's paint, bro. That ain't Africa. You feel like that's North America right there? Yeah. You really feel like that. I'm telling you, it says nothing but what it is. It's paint. You get mind screwed on a grand level. You might want to go where you standing, right? In literal truth. You want to go right there. Telling you, well, you'll never lie. As long as you talk about the truth where you standing, you'll never be lying. Now us that hear you talking, we gonna tell ourselves what you saying, and we can say you lying, even though inside of you are truth. But we can say you lying no matter what you say. But if you go right there where you standing, you personally, you don't have to lie to not one person. Hold on. I'm back. You go to the truth. We call it go to. Is what we call it. You go to the truth of where you stand, and you'll never lie. Now we can say you lying, because I told myself the 100 pairs of shoes you had, you probably only had 20. You just exaggerating the number, and you might have literally had 100 pairs of shoes sitting right there. You want to go to the truth of where you standing and tell you about the sun. That's what we told you it's called. But we don't know what the heck we talking about. You feel what I'm saying? I mean, to you, we don't. They gonna call this light above me the sun. How they know? Wasn't it there before they even found out? Before they found the letter S-U-N? How they see the letter S-U-N? The sun. Well, how they can say that and they seen S-U-N after they already seen it? Exactly. You want to go to the truth where you standing. That's where you want to go. Well, it ain't nowhere else to go.
Force. If people have confidence in their currency, and if there's enough government force that will enable the currency to circulate for a period of time until people lose confidence in the currency. There is no nation on this planet that currently uses money. We all use currency. There will come a day when everybody knows the difference. Money is a medium of exchange, and the way it has evolved is that it's always something of intrinsic value until the modern age, where the politicians say, we don't need anything of intrinsic value anymore. All we need is political decree. We can say, this is money, this piece of paper. Now money has a new characteristic, but underneath it all, there's the same concept in place that nobody ever seems to challenge. And that is that governments have the right to declare something of no value to be money, and you must accept it. That should be the problem, and the issue is destroying the economies of the world. With currency is no longer backed by anything real or tangible. Their value was measured only in relation to each other and against countries.
What happened when everyone realized the what they call it?
I got
The
one.
Atlantic
I've been telling myself
slave
I'm
trade.
trying to smoke.
What happened when everyone realized
Yeah, I heard.
that they were native slaves?
You talking about one?
And you ain't never had no.
The other one. Nah, I got one. I don't want one. I'm talking about the other one. Oh, no,
Never.
not that one. Neither one. Oh, yeah, that one.
You maybe have
that one. Oh, yeah, that one, but not that one.
dollars is not
Not
man.
that was
Dollars.
one of them.
You never asked to borrow 5 money or 50 money or 100 money.
7 money.
You don't ask for your 100 money or somebody owe you 20 money. Someone borrowed 20 monies from you. You ain't never heard that before, have you? Most of you haven't. Probably all of you never heard of that. Cause it's dollars. Like you know it's dollars. You know it's dollars. And you ain't never had no money.
You never had nobody. I'll be right back. All right.
Never. You never had money in your pocket. Never. It's dollars. Money is gold and silver. Well, you probably had some of that though. You know what I mean? But This how they got the gold and silver at your home with the silverware from your china cabinet in the crack era. I gotta stop. I gotta stop. How can I say this without sounding not caring? Because I do care. This how they got the gold and silverware at your china cabinet through pawn shop in the era of crack usage. Man, it all go together, man. I got to get out of that trying to keep people safe. You know, I be wanting to keep people safe because you say certain words, it triggers them. It triggers them to feel offended. And I'm saying just step back, even if you one of those people still doing it. Even if you one of those people that use crack, used it, tried it, do it. Step back and just look. Step back and step out of it. Like step to the side. You know how how can I say this? I don't know if anyone does it or not, right? When they give you an Albert Einstein story, right? Like right now, you might be stepping back to hear the Albert Einstein story I'm about to share with you, right? Like, so I'm saying you might want to just step back and not know anyone or know anything and just look. And it can put a halt on your halt on your being offended by some people in the spell, yeah. No matter how hard I try to not offend anyone, I know that they under spells, they're gonna feel offended anyway. You tell them you're not trying to get them, you're not trying to put them down or up. You're not trying to what they call it? They call it high and mighty. You're not trying to be high and mighty. You're not trying to be holier than thou, and you're not trying to do none of that stuff. But somehow they still can hear you doing it. And my people are the spells, y'all, literally. And somehow they can hear you still doing something that you're not doing. And sad, man, it's all a scam. It's all what they call it? Conversation. It's a conversation. It's a conversation. It's a conversation, and it's been a conversation since conversated. Like it's so much I want to share with y'all. I'm going to share with you one moment. I'm just waiting on him to tell me when and who, because if you had an eye to ear to see, you see it. It's just gonna take what I say and make a business out of it or something. They're gonna take it and take the meat and spit out the bone and if you had an eye to ear, you see it. So I guess I'm waiting on him to tell me who is worthy to receive it, right? Because they just gonna take what you say, Wayne, and make a business out of it, literally. But then they ain't never had no money. Yeah. So you want to step back. If you're a crack user or was or is or am or whatever, you want to try to just step back and look. Is if you don't know anyone, you don't know what crack or dollars is, money, or none of it. And you just look at it, like you just like when you came to Earth. Like same thing, the same thing when you came to Earth. When you were standing there just looking, just I mean, we call it looking. One day we're gonna call it you looking, you know. You don't know what we saying you doing. Um, you don't know we saying you are looking. And then you find out we say you was looking. Like, you know, that person, the real you, that don't know what the heck going on with nothing. You just copy us. We just copy you, and we assume and feel that we know what you're saying, but no. You, the real you. But we call it the real you. You know, there's so many ways of saying and not saying anything at all. There's so many ways of saying anything, but not saying nothing at all, because it's a bunch of letters pushed together. It sounds like you're saying different things when you really just saying one thing. The whole life. Your whole life you just saying one thing. It feels like you said something that time. But you ain't really saying nothing like that means anything. Your tone been manipulated to sound like you agree to pay rent every month. Like your tone, we call it tone. We don't know you. But you know, your tone is fluctuating up and down, round and round and stuff. And you feel like you agree to pay your rent every day. I mean, every month, every day, same thing, though, right? You feel like you agree to pay rent. You feel like you agree to it. When you ain't saying nothing, let me get back to where I was step back. How they got you to give up your gold and silver, if you could call it that, from your grandmother's china cabinet through the crack era, and you go to the pawn shop and you receive something called dollars, because they ain't give you no money. The pawn shop ain't never gave you no money for nothing. A bank ain't never gave you no money. You can't go to no bank and get money. You get dollars. And I think when you look at it for the way they talk to you, the way money is gold and silver. And if you look at it the way that they talk to you, you can see you ain't never had no money. I mean, you maybe had, you know, some silverware, you know. You know what I mean? Those that know what I mean. You maybe had some silverware in the china cabinet from grandma days and stuff. That's how you got the gold and silver out your house. And now you got, some people got they call it a safe, a vault, or under their mattress or wallet, where they keep their dollars for, their money. And they really think that it's all a scam, man. It's all a conversation.
You want it right now? Right now or no? Yeah.
And the thing about it, they tell you. They tell you it's a conversation. So it's like you really can't complain. You can't complain in that language you talk. Now, if you come up with your own language, you can complain. But if you're talking in English or whatever language you speak, you can't complain. Why? Because they're telling you it's dollars. And that they're having a conversation with you. And it's a scam. Beware the con. Beware the conversation. Beware the con. Beware the conversation. So you can't complain in the language you speak unless you make up your own. And they probably won't comprehend you. It's sad. It's sad on a level that, like, no props, no. I was about to say some character that sings the rap, and I don't want to get him no props. But it's as if I come out with a rap song, a hit song, and
it's probably because I've been just moving. You know what I'm saying?
and I labeled the song. What was that called? Conversation. Scam. They call it a Ponzi scheme on the documentary. They pretty much tell you in the language you talk. There ain't no complaining. It ain't no wondering why. It ain't no why this or why that. That's the whole thing about it. They keep you in the why. Why this and why that. Keep you in why. And they was telling you why in the language you talk. They was telling you why from the start. It's a conversation. They been telling you why. So what your red light was. You ain't never had no money. Never. Money is so good. They telling you that. So what's all this foolishness going on? All these young brothers in the rap game and whatever else, getting their own businesses, and one day retire and stuff. And you look at what you're talking at, you turn talking into money, or you turn talking into currency. And talking become your money, and you realize, how important money is to some people. Dollars. You know how important dollars is to people. Talking becomes just as important, and you realize what you're talking, and you realize what you're getting, what you're saying, and you don't have no complaints, unless you complain, you
all I say is money.
Unless you complain, dress, you complain.
When I
Like
give
a
you your
bag of
money,
chips.
you got that from me, huh?
You
I
got
told
to
you
money.
that. Yeah, I got like
Then,
40 money.
it's like
You don't talk like that.
Crazy,
You have a
it
right
sound right.
have
It sound like
freedom.
it's cool. My vocabulary.
I know.
I've been had
You
money.
hear it. You put the
My mama
free at
said
the
money.
beginning of dumb,
Give
and
me some
people
money.
don't
She said
feel.
money.
They don't
like a
feel.
child, like
Yeah.
my mama do.
You want some freedom. Like, they don't feel that you saying freedom. They
I'm
just
live.
don't feel that you saying it.
To let you know.
It's
You
sad.
don't know. I'm live.
Oh,
When language becomes your money and not dollars. And,
Yeah, I was
and
listening
you
to you
use
earlier.
language,
Okay.
because language is money, but it's hard to tell people. It's hard to tell them that what you talking is the world, that group that talk like you, that's y'all's money. Money talk, right? Money, they telling you, man. They telling you. They telling you. Let's say you have, but you don't know how to buy it, right? Like, you want a bubblegum ball, and you don't know how to say bubblegum ball. So, but you have $2, which the bubblegum ball cost 2 cents. How would you get the bubblegum ball if you didn't know how to say it?
Like, let's go to a higher number. Like, say you have $2 million. Now, some people ain't never had that. But $200. And you want to get the number one combo meal at any restaurant, right? But you don't know how to say it. You got $200. But how do you get the combo meal, number one, number six, whatever, whichever one? How you get it and you don't know, you don't have a language to say it. Because language is money, right? The language is the dollar. Money talks. They telling you. They telling you. But you know, when you join the world, you all sedity and stuff, even though you poor, some of you, when you become sedity, you can't hear that money talk. Like the language you talking is the money you use. And you ain't never had money in your pocket. Never. How would you order your combo meal or just the combo meal for the first time because you're going to learn it's a number one later? You know? But how do you order the combo meal and you don't even know how to say it? Even though you got 200, I'm going to say 500. You got $500 in your pocket. You can buy, I don't know, maybe 500 combo meals, you know, maybe, right? You can buy it, but you don't know how to ask for it. Because that's not money. You talk it is the money. And they telling you that money talks. They telling you. I mean, they telling me because I'm the only one that hears. But I don't know if y'all heard that before. I think y'all have. But it's hard to, how can I say this? Say you don't like chicken manure, they call it fertilizer. Say you don't like it, right? You can't stand it, you can't smell it, you can't stand around it, you can't touch it, move it or share it. And you working in a factory with nothing but chicken manure the whole time. But you didn't know that it was something that you can't stand. You didn't know you couldn't touch it, smell it, or anything. But the whole time you've been working there, you've been touching it, smelling. It's sad when this magic, y'all, all this stuff, man, they turn everyone retarded. Like, but everyone is I don't want to say it in that language, but how can I say it to you, right? Like, you know how you might have on your mind that your vehicle is disabled, like your tire flat, like your vehicle disabled on your mind. It's on your mind. Well, they turn everyone on your mind vehicle disabled, like literally, like where everyone becomes on their mind their vehicle disabled. I'm saying it, but you know I'm saying it in a different way. But you know, where everyone becomes on their mind their vehicle disabled.
Magic.
Literally.
Literally, yeah.
That you ain't never had no money. And you can't see that the conversation is the scam conversation. And you didn't want to have nothing to do with none of it. You dedicated your life to it, like you working in the factory with chicken manure or fertilizer. And you never want to touch it, smell it, see it. Which is magic. It's magic that you work in that factory and you promise you would never do it. You know you won't do it. You know you won't allow yourself to be conversation. Um, yeah, that's a different con, and that's why you working in the factory. That's why you working in that factory with fertilizer, and you forgot about what you just don't do, or you just don't see it, and you being versation con, you being conversation, and when you wake up to it, you realize it ain't no complaining unless you complain, unless you complain dress, or you complain like a flat bag of chips, like you being yourself, you complain. Unless you come and plain, you ain't stupid. You ain't. You just following what you assume is being said to you. What you guessing. You guessing the conversation ain't got nothing to do with con. You guessing that a con ain't got nothing to do with conversation. You guess that it ain't got nothing to do with that. It's sad. It's sad when you wake up to truth and realize you've been made thinking about your car being mentally thinking about your car being this way. You became you became a person that mentally think about your car being disabled. That's not fun. Um, you're gonna be like, what the what the F? You know, telling you, you can see it right now. I mean, if you choose to, because you know you ain't ever borrowed no 20 money, or you know ain't nobody ever borrowed 20 money from you. You know it, because it's not money, dollar. That you can see truth, and they all gonna pick at you, tell you a cop out or something, you a party pooper, you a geek, you a know it all. What else they be saying? Think you all high and mighty, holier than thou. They gonna be saying all that stuff to you, and you don't want to hear them say it to you. You don't want to hear them say that stuff to you. I guess it's shameful or something. I don't know. But you be asking yourself when they call you a know-it-all or a geek. You ask yourself, well, what did this person that's calling me they had for breakfast? I don't know, right? And they know you don't know it all. They know you don't know what they had for breakfast. Really nothing to be ashamed of. People just running their mouth. Everyone just mouth running like a runny nose, like they mouth runnage. They got nose runnage or mouth runnage. And what was that scripture I just spoke, right? He said, Ecclesiastes 5:7. For in a multitude of dreams and many words, there are also diverse vanities. But fear thou God. So everyone mouth runnage. But only a person that don't qualify to say these things in an effective way can say it. I mean, they saying it to you. You ain't never borrowed 20 money before. I mean, they saying it too. But you know, it's cool to fit in with the crowd. Yeah. And I didn't ever get it. I thought they were talking about like, you know, you got a hot sandwich and it cooled off. Like your sandwich became cool. Right? I never get how to be cool. I ain't never get it. When you stay in the language you talking, when you stay in the, which is money talk, when you stay in the language that you talking, the way it is presented, then you can hear what's being said. But when you turn cool, like your hot sandwich cooled off, and you turn cool into like some kind of hot outfit, you got a hot outfit on, you cool. But you turn car into cool and the engine running. I don't know how to say it, but you turn cool, smooth like a baby's bottle or pepper is smooth, or even talcum powder feels smooth, and you turn it into some type of way of living or something. I don't know how. Well, when you stay in that language, everyone talks confused. Everyone talks weird, or it's not weird. You just gotta put it together like a crossword puzzle, and it's like they call it slang or something. They're not saying that they cool like ice. They saying they cool like ice. Right? I think when you keep it the way it is, right, then you can hear what's being said. If these people that's cool, they low. They is low, and you can see they low.
What'd you say?
When you say it the way
The outfit for one day can make them hot. I don't know, man. I'm just saying. I don't know that one day outfit can make them hot for the day. Whether it's the sun beaming down on them, or grandma got the heater on, and it's winter and it's summertime, or what's the one you think they say? You think they saying that the outfit hot, and that means it's some kind of latest style or something. I don't know how to say it. I really don't. I'm really that lame. Like I'm that lame that I stayed in English. I stayed in English when oh, there's many messages here. Big mama like, oh no.
Lord knows.
I stayed in lane.
Eddie. Who is Eddie? I don't know. But I mean, I do know from the inner spirit is saying that person is this person, man. And you already know that person ain't got nothing for you in no righteous way. They gonna talk foolish. You know it, and you don't mind telling them. Money is a currency without an underlying value. Instead, its value is derived by government and the trust people place in its value. In other words, it is a form of currency that only holds value because of government control enforcement on its own fiat. It's defined as a formal authorization or proposition, a decree. Like the king would decree that the people in his sector give over 1% of their taxes or whatever. Read my text. I think I'm reading it. Love. Yeah. So you look around and you like, so what are all these people doing, like these new young rappers popping up on Facebook and everywhere else with these stacks of dollars, and they look so cheerfully like they got a bunch of opening your own business, paying for college, getting a new car, Buy a new house. There's nothing new under the sun. You realize, man, everything the world is presented to you is against God. Period. Friends of the world, enemies of God. Those that love the world, the love of the Father is not in them.
You got something. Look in there.
And that you surrounded by foolishness. I think I read it. I'm not sure.
Where do you get this from? Okay.
And you
I
surrounded
thought
by
that.
foolish. You realize what foolishness really is.
I thought that. What you doing? That's nice.
That's
It's
You realize what the Father in heaven
It ain't hot.
had the writers of
I got you now.
trying to show you what foolishness really is. All that other foolishness you see comes or stems from the original foolishness of the world. That you ain't never had no man. And they told you. All these people showing me, because I'm the only one that see them showing me. Wow. Is that you missing out because you don't have it, or if you do get it, you can miss in, or you can end mid, or whatever, right? You can enjoy, I guess, your life the way they appear to be. I don't know how to say nothing, right? Like, because I'm the only one thinking. It's like I'm the only one thinking all my life.
And I know it.
I'm the only one that think I learned English. I'm the only one that think I comprehend English, understand. I'm the only one that was put under spell. I don't know if y'all can feel me. You, them, they, we. I don't know if we can feel me. You the only one know ABC, one. Yeah. You realize you greater than you ever known. Greater is he in you than he is in the world.
Nuh-uh.
And you realize that you're the only one that the world set out to understand how to spell.
You know how to spell too. They know how to spell too.
You're the only one
know
who
it,
spells.
They know.
But you the only one know that they know.
You're the only one thing. All your life.
It's hard to understand you're the only one.
I can tell you, I'm
You're the
thinking
only
too.
one here right now.
But to me, you're the only one thinking.
I'm the only
And
one
I'm
here to
telling
see
you,
y'all
I'm
here.
thinking. You're the only one know I'm thinking. You're the
I
only one thinking all your life.
I read that covered. Because I know what you're supposed to say.
You realize what real foolishness is.
That's what I would say.
Not somebody that bought a $100,000 house and let
I
it
already
go
know what you're gonna
for
say.
a room in 2 days.
So I got
You know, in the world, that's foolish.
I say us.
But when you wake up to it, you realize the whole world is foolish. Period.
Period.
And it's hard to see because you think you're part of, you feel like you're a part of the world. And you don't want to realize
You over there laughing
that
at
you'll be
yourself.
telling yourself you foolish.
You don't know it's you laughing at. Mm-hmm.
So you fit in,
It's hard to see it.
you fit into the world
Blame.
because it's hard to tell yourself that you're foolish. Because the world is foolish.
I just tell people that
It
you
is.
define when you talk about
The
other
world
people, you
foolish.
define yourself.
Yeah.
This stuff right here telling you. Let me continue.
Like I'm ugly or
This stuff telling you the word foolish.
We currencies can be fast countries do their own currencies to make them desirable trading partners. If
Yeah.
you pay currency,
And what
measures
you
itself
like?
against the dollar.
Yeah.
So if the dollar goes down, the other central banks respond to that, and they try and get weaker foreign exchange markets
I'm
to
gonna
ensure
tell myself.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell myself what a bitch ass nigga is.
Yeah, I heard you.
What is a Ponzi scheme?
Period.
A
I'm gonna tell
Ponzi
myself.
scheme is a
I still don't know what you're
investment
talking
scheme
about.
that promises high returns for
No matter how hard I
investors with
try.
little or no risk.
I'm gonna still tell myself what you're talking about.
There's so much guys in the world right now that it's a lesson for us to see how
I'm the
people
only
have
one
been able
processing
to help their
information.
neighbors.
I'm
Therefore,
the only one they gotta read.
Solidarity,
therefore, you are all information.
friendship.
What other information is there to know?
St. Jude was founded with an understanding that no child should die in the dawn of life.
See, when you know it, you're gonna be the one that know it.
In a way of achieving that mission, not even more. And St. Jude serves as one of the partners for
What
State
other,
for
what
Ukraine.
other thing is there to know or what you
Sounds
know?
too good to be true, right? That's because it is. In a legitimate investment scheme, the money invested is used to build, well, typically, currencies to make them desirable trading partners. If we pay the currency, measures itself against the dollar. So if the dollar goes down, the other central banks respond to that, and they try and intervene in the foreign exchange markets to ensure that the impact doesn't hit their domestic
I
economies.
thought this was a commercial.
Slavery, domestic.
Yeah.
What is a Ponzi scheme? A Ponzi scheme is a fraudulent investment scheme that promises high returns for investors with little
What it
or
come
no risk.
Like you're in the
Sounds
carnival.
too good to be true, right?
Yeah.
Like,
That's
no,
because it is.
everyone.
In a legitimate investment scheme, the money invested is used to build, well, typically through low-risk ventures like stock or
It's hard
real
to see
estate
yourself
portfolios.
when you're the one over there laughing.
This generates enough income to pay the
hard to
investor
see.
back their initial investment or some profit. A Ponzi scheme, on the other hand, promises massive returns quickly. How does it accomplish this? Instead of using the money invested to build wealth, a Ponzi scheme simply brings in more investors to pay off the previous investors. And because these new investors have also been promised large returns, the scheme must then find an even bigger group of investors to pay them off. All the while, the creators of the scheme are skimming cash from each group of investors.
Which is your work, right? Which is you working in the sunlight, which is you working, which is legal tender, legal wages, which is you working in the sunlight is legal wages, and therefore you that work in the light is providing the backing of the money, of the dollar, which is the promise, the promise investment, which is the investment promise. They're gonna work in the light, I guarantee. Like they need a car now. This car gonna break down in 2 weeks, guaranteed. They need it now, which is you the promise investor, because you finna buy the limit. Period. Like you're going to work. Period. You're going to work. Period. Ain't you? Yeah, gotta. Okay. Due to you gotta, you are the promised investment because you working in the light is the true wages.
You got it, Whitney? Talk to him, huh? Talk to me, right? Because I'm the one. It's me. I can hear you.
Which is the promised investment.
Mhm.
Like the limit we finna sell you, you're gonna ask for it to get fixed. You really like it.
Yeah.
And you're gonna do your wages in the light, literally, to keep up, because we're gonna say an extra $50 a month for 6 months. We'll fix it for you. So you're gonna go work in the investment. You're going to work, ain't you? Rents do. Don't you want your children to have? They call them kids. Don't you want your kids to have? So you guarantee investment. Because the only ones making wages is the one that's in the light working. This how you could Man, they could take this right here, this Bible, what they call the Bible, and they could just go against it. They would feel that they are 2022 years old and not realize that they're claiming it. What year is it? So you're claiming to be 2022 years old that you witnessed scripture and just not do it. Just do the complete opposite.
They going by the word.
Yeah. But just put your hand on the Bible and swear to tell the truth and nothing but the truth to help you God. Mine screw it. It's just that the one can't imagine he more important than the others. That's getting scammed a conversation. He don't know it's him. He don't know it's me. Yeah, because you working in the light is the true work. It is the guaranteed investment. So I don't have to come to you and say, hey, your rent's due, your phone bill, and this, give me $5 for just talking to you. Then I would just like provide you with a plastic card, for example. And when you pay this, because you're going to work in the light. When you work in the light, you're going to pay this to this. And by you doing that, even if it's $3, if you do the $3 for 12 months, what's that?
36.
30, see, the 3 6s right there, right? Those that have wisdom can calculate the name of the beast, right? So when you pay $3 a month, which feels like, okay, my rent's $500 or more. Lord, now I probably ain't even getting close to what it is now. And my phone bill is $40, and my cable is $80. So I just pay this $3 a month for 12 months, which is 36, right? So you'll pay the 3 6s every year. 3 6s for 5 years is 180. For 5 years, you'll give 100, which is a guaranteed investment. $3 at the ATM a week or two, $2.99 or whatever. So we're gonna open up these ATM machines where people can get their currency, and they're gonna talk just like that. Their currency, and they'll give us $3 to use it every week. There you go. It's a guaranteed investment. You guaranteed to get 2 times what you put in, because you only paid you only paid $20 for the ATM to be built. You only paid $20 for the workers that build ATMs. So you will get 3 times that if you contribute to the manufacturing of ATM machines. So you that go to work in the light will guarantee them that you're going to use the ATM. Yeah. The one that work in the light is guaranteed. You're going to pay your rentage. It's just like selling a lemon, right? You need a car. You have to have it. You have to do this. So you're going to buy the lemon, period. It's just like, man, listen, you don't have to do much, right? You're the new guy on the job selling cars. You ain't never sold a car a day in your life, but because the people have to have it, you're going to sell cars. You're guaranteed if you just do the listen. You're going to give them this paperwork. This paperwork's going to say it's a limit, like because the way you think. Your pride is like, man, this shit worked. Because when I first came here, I would have never thought. You feel what I'm saying? So to you, it works, right? Like they got child support. They got all this stuff go together, man. They got child support to pay, and they want to have a vacation, and they want to get their Nikes on time, release date, and all this stuff that you guaranteed to sell a limit, and you keep all your new cars over here on the side while you sell lemons all year long because they have to buy this lemon just like they have to pay rent. They have to. Your car go with your rent, like literally. Yeah. So the ketchup go with the washing machine. But I know most people don't see it like that. Ketchup, barbecue sauce go with your washing machine. So you invest in washing machine, and you know that they have to. That's why they don't want lames. I can't say that. God don't want you running business. Because you'll be used by the ones that invest in you. Yeah. You'll be used by the ones that invest in you because that barbecue sauce go with washing machines. Like who thinks like this? So you'll be used by the army. I'll say the army because they would have the parts they would have parts for another machine, but you could take these same parts and make a washing machine. You could take the same parts that they use in this vehicle to make a washing machine. So the army would invest in you. And if you grow up in the hood, then you know what niggas hide stuff from TV. So you'll be invested in to work at the police department because you know how people hide brothers hide stuff in TV. So they will invest in you. When you looking at not you, but you or you, when you looking at I can take care of my family, they looking at with the work you do in the light.
Yeah. He's an asset.
Yeah, how your work in the light is being used. Even though you one person in a 1,000 worker factory, you're one person being used. Because you're the only one person over 1,000 workers in the factory. Yeah, how you one person used and you just sweet. Even if you're just sweet. Yeah. Working in the light. Because they say the government is what? For the people, by the people. Who knows what they're saying? Sound like slavery, right? Like it sounds like they buying people, right? Like they announce it by the people, for the people, by the people. Sound like they said it to me.
Selling.
So
Right.
you can't complain. You can't complain before the people by the people. Like, what you complaining for? It's kind of like we use your bathroom area with tissue for tissue usage. We use that, but you like, ain't no way nobody used me for that. But that's what we use. And it's like, you can't imagine that, dang, this what dictionary.
This what's going on?
This like like the snake eating his tail, right? The serpent eating his tail. Like you can make, if you allow the serpent to eat his tail, then you can make energy, or you can draw off of the energy of him eating his tail and empower the world. You can empower the world off of you eating your tail. Turn you into merchandise. What Peter said. They turn you into merchandise. So we are walking shelves when we wear Adidas. We are a living shelf. And you on the market, which is the mark. You on the mark at. You at the mark. So snipers don't have to have a rifle made of metal and wood. They can have a rifle made of spirit. While you looking that way, they sticking it in your park in the rear. Whatever, y'all. Whatever. To me, they saying it all. They saying everything that I can feel they saying. They already got a quote for what I'ma feel was happening. Park in the rear. So I can say it to you, because you would used to go to I forgot the name of that club, Dirty 30s or something. Dirty 30s or something. Like, and you park in the rear. Right? So I can say it to you and you won't even get it. You won't get that they parking in the rear, using the rear exit. Whatever, y'all, man, whatever. It says to you all your life and you don't get it. And it's hard to go over there because they're gonna jump on you. They're gonna catch you talking nasty. You talking nasty. But only I told myself what nasty is, but still though. Right? And I can't hear you talking about investors parking in the rear exit. And I'm hearing something else. Yeah. But you can't hear it. You can't, because you're telling yourself that this is this. When nah, this is what they saying it is. It's what you know they saying. Personnel. What they got to do with nailing boards on the wall, right? It's there. You see it. Personnel. You see it. You just can't imagine that personnel got something to do with nailing. Sound like prodigal son. Personnel. Person, each son nailed. Sound like freakiness to me. But how though, right? How me filling out this application and human resources is connected to personnel. Like how it's hard to see it. I guess it's hard to see when he bought you some McDonald's. Well, nowadays she bought you some McDonald's, right? Like it's hard to see it, right? It's hard to see this personnel, this prodigal son. The pro dick owl son, right? The pro dick owl. Pro dick owl. Protocol, right? The pro dick owl son, which is personnel. And it's hard to see it. Man, they gave me like $10 more than my other job. Yeah, I know. It's hard to see it. It's hard to see it. Because you can't imagine they're using the rear exit. I feel tight. Like I still feel tight. Yeah, you supposed to. Which is tight, right? You both still feel tight, right? But according to how this stuff talking to you, it sounds like dictionary usage to me. It sounds like they're using the dictionary. Like, am I lying? It sounds just like how they talk to you, right? And I see it. They using the rear exit. They using the rear exit. Park in the rear. They using it. They saying it to you. And you realize your own people. You know, with that Dirty 30s or something? Dirty 30 Thursdays or something? I don't know, it might be before your time. But the Dirty 30.
Yeah, I ain't never heard of that.
Oh yeah, it used to be on the radio, Dirty 30 or something. And they say park in the rear. And it's like you see hood life, you don't see personnel. You don't see pro dick all son. You don't see protocol. You don't, it's hard to see it. When you're in the street code language, you can't see this. You can't see it. Because personnel is on the job. It is. It is on the job. They using the rear exit. They said park in the rear, which is prodigal son. So what happened with the prodigal son? He realized he was working in a pigsty, and he realized he was made a hoe. But I know people might not see it that way. When he was with the harlots, he was made a hoe, and he looking at the harlot, looking at the dollar. When he didn't see that he didn't never have no money. So the harlot ain't looking at your money. The harlot ain't looking at your money. I mean, what you call money. The harlot looking at your money. They looking at your dollars to you. To you, they looking at your dollars, which is personnel. And they ain't looking at you. You think they looking at your money, which they is. It's all in how you see it, though. So he was used as a hoe. Without going in the bedroom, you ain't got to go in the bedroom to be fruitcake. You ain't got to be hanging with your niggas to be hanging with your niggas. And you like, man, this world is nasty. It is. You know, in Greece, they claim they had orgies, right? They claim they had them orgies in the bathhouse. Right? So, orgies, you don't have to touch people to be in an orgy. You don't have to go to the bedroom with your nigga that you practice football to be. Okay. Just you Just you hanging with your niggas, right? You saying it, right? That's my nigga. To me, you hanging. You already hanging with them, right? You already hanging. When your niggas come before the lady you love. But you can't tell us you love her. You can't tell us, you can't tell your niggas you love her. We're gonna pick at you. I don't know if y'all can feel me. You hanging with your boys more than your woman. You in some fruitcake. You in fruitcake land. You ain't got to go to the bedroom. You even though you play the game in the bedroom, right? It's right there. It's like it's not even hiding from you. You play the video game with your nigga in the bedroom. You ain't got to go to the bedroom though. You already go. You ain't got to do that part that you see that you told yourself was nasty. It's already nasty. You use the dictionary, like you share a dictionary with each other. You share a dictionary. Whatever, y'all. People ain't hiding this stuff. They ain't hiding nothing from you. They ain't hiding nothing from you.
They ain't hiding nothing from you.
They ain't.
Hey, Mom, they hiding from you. Right there.
Tell you to earn respect. Tell you to earn your respect. How else? How else will you get something called earning? Tell you to your face to earn it. People don't get they being literally talked to. And the evil one ain't hiding nothing from you. You hiding it from yourself.
Because a Ponzi scheme doesn't generate any wealth itself, it must constantly bring in larger and larger groups of investors to keep functioning. Eventually, no more new investors can be found, or large numbers of previous investors all cash out at the same time, and the scheme collapses in on itself. By this time, the perpetrators of the scheme have siphoned off tremendous amounts of money for themselves, while the investors are left out of pocket and out of pocket.
Tremendous amounts of gold and silver. It's mama inside, womb inside, womb inside, land. You domesticated, like a wild boar is a pig, a buffalo is a cow, pheasant is a chicken, a ram is a goat. When you are being made domesticated, and they tell you if you had some problems at your home, things at your home situation, they come and say they got.
Man, I thought you was in.
And they tell you chicken violence, cow violence, goat violence, cheese violence, domestication, free domestic, freedom, free domestic, free domestication, freedom. But I know some people don't hear it. They educate them. And they only saying one thing to you. And it's what you know they saying, but you know, you're trying to shake it off. You don't want to see freedom is something. It's dumb. It's where you get dumbness for free. But you know, you don't want to see it. You don't want to realize you would like for freedom. Can nobody label with you? Like, I don't know how to say it. You go fishing, you just sitting on the grass. Can't nobody label that freedom. Like, can't nobody label you free. Can't no one label you having freedom. Like, you going fishing and you come home and cook the fish up and enjoy your family. Can't nobody label you as freedom.
Dang, that's good.
Think about it. Like, can't no one say that you have freedom. Like, can't no one say that. So to me, they telling you that freedom is freedom. They telling you. Just like you hear what they saying. You hear it. You just can't imagine you having a conversation. You just can't imagine that they only saying one thing to you. Yeah? They ain't saying nothing. I'm making it out of this world by the way I hear it. They like literally talking to me, huh? Yeah, they literally talking to you. Literally. You understand what they saying to you? They literally asking you, do you understand? Literally. But you know, it's cute. Get that word on.
The blueberry? Yeah. Oh no, I'm just talking to you.
Cute.
Yeah, what you gonna do with it?
And your mind telling you, your spirit telling you, but I guess your worldly character is trying to tell your mind that no, you don't give freedom. You give freedom.
He feel freedom.
Your worldly character telling you, you don't understand how to, you're not understand. You understand how to speak. Like your worldly character throwing you off when you hear it. You hear it.
Like you don't know how to spell.
You always hear it.
You're sitting down when you spell.
Your worldly character come in and say no. They're talking about having your own place, traveling where you want to go.
You're standing under
freedom.
the spell.
You know, but you hear it. You hear it.
You praise the spell.
You hear they teaching you math when they talk to you about the spell. You hear it. You hear it. But you know, your worldly character gonna come in and tell you, no, that's a cute way of saying that you know what you're talking about. That's a cute way to say it to you. Like, whatever. You ain't stupid. You ain't stupid at all. And you hear it. You just, you know, people go turn away, turn their back on you. And stuff, and, you know, lame. You're going to become lame. And no one wants to be lame. From what I'm seeing. All this foolishness to slide over their head. They're running from being lame, which is a know-it-all, which is a geek. What else they call party pooper? All high and mighty one that think they is. Holier than that. Tell you, when you first start hearing this stuff, you wonder what the heck is people talking about? Like, call you a party pooper. What is that? Like, y'all still having a party, ain't you? Yeah. I don't know. Maybe they saying something else to me, right? Like, you feel me? Maybe they ain't saying what I thought it was, and they saying what it is. You understand how to spell? Yeah. Okay. They telling you, you know, you made it cute. Let it cute, like you like your children to understand how to spell, you know. Cute, something cute being said. When I think they literally talking to you, like I think they literally talking to you just like how you hear. You got something under the bed and you standing there, got to bend over and pick it up from under the bed. You understand it, and I think it's just like that. It's the same thing you been doing with understand is what you always knew what under the bridge, standing under the bridge is. Um, it's what you always knew it was. Andre King.
That's what they saying.
Yes, what you always knew it was. Which school you went to. When you went to which school and you can't hear that that's what they telling you. And they telling you think they asking you a question. I went to such and such, such and such. They ain't asking you no question to me, they ain't. To me, they telling you you went to which school too. You went to which school too.
You went with them.
What school you went to? Like, what school you went to? You went to. You know how when your loved one, like your sister, and you getting on your sister about their mama catching them doing stuff, and they say you do it too, right? They say you do it too. What school you went to? What school you went? You went to.
You always knew.
You went to. I don't know how my people don't hear. I don't know how people don't hear it. I don't know how they don't hear it. I think they hear it. They just don't want to tell themselves they hear it. They telling themselves, nah, that ain't what's being said. Like, even though it's being said. And you look around and you realize that what's being said is what's happening. Everyone went to which school? Two? Ask them.
Excellent.
I guarantee you, most of them gonna tell you yeah. And you asking them did they go to which school, like Wicked Witch of the West school, and they gonna say yeah. They gonna start titling which one they went to and all kind of stuff.
It's so many of them.
You asking them if they understand. You understand? I mean, you understand how to spell?
By law, you gotta go to
okay, with me, they telling you. They telling you they understand. The way, if you ask that way. If you ask them that way, not the cute way you think it is, like you asking them, do they know ABC and stuff? It's cute. I'm talking about like what you literally see, you understand. And you ask them, ask any of them, ask them, do they understand how to spell their address or their name? They gonna tell you yeah. They gonna tell you yeah, they understand. See your face.
Because you telling yourself what we saying, man.
Like how you hear it, like how you hearing it. Ask them, do they want some freedom? Ask them. And most people gonna tell you, yeah, they want freedom.
I got 20
Do they think everyone can have freedom? And they gonna tell you, yeah. They gonna tell you, yeah. And you asking them D-U-M-B. You saying, do you like freedom? D-U-M-B. You can even spell it for them. They're gonna ignore that part because you talking cute, right? You talking cute to them. They're gonna plain out ignore that you asking them, do they like some freedom? D-U-M-B. And they're gonna plain out ignore that you spelled it for them. And they're gonna say, yeah. Well, they probably not ignoring you. Probably very well not. You know what I'm saying? Would you like to get freedom with me, brother? Sister, whoever listens, you like to go and get some freedom with me? Who knows what I'm saying? You can guess. You saying DOM. No, I mean, O is a U, man, but we all fucking know this. But you know, I'm saying DUM. B. Would you like to get some freedom with me, brother? It's sad. It's sad when you wake up to this real truth. The real truth that you know, and only you know it. We ain't gonna be, I'll be able to hear you, but we ain't gonna be able to hear you. Just like y'all can't hear me. These folks telling you what it is to your face, literally, and you accept it, so it ain't no complaining. It ain't no why, like, why are you doing this to me? You know, we switch around, you know how they say, why you doing this? I gotta wipe your kid. And now you gonna be saying it. Now you gonna be saying, why you doing this to me? I got a wife and child. Or a husband and a child. Like, now you gonna be saying, why you doing this to me? It ain't no why. Would you like your children to understand how to spell? Okay. You finna ask for, or you got to get your children to understand how to spell. It ain't no complaining, is it?
Yeah, my ex-girlfriend took
Well,
her kids out of
indeed,
school
for it.
in
Yeah.
2020 when coronavirus.
You asked for
They
it.
was keeping them out of school.
You know,
took them
man,
out
say,
and was like, I'm a homeschool.
how can I say this?
The system started treating her
You sitting
right
on the
here, like
grass
they
or
cut
the
off
lawn.
down.
I
They
don't
cut
even
off,
want to title stuff. You sitting
like they was
somewhere
punishing
doing
her
like,
for, you know,
and
homes
we
and
get to
homes.
say to you,
I just feel like that was crazy.
like, how can we title anything you do? We can't. But what are we saying to you?
What are we saying?
When you come under spell, it's hard to see the stuff. It's hard to see you understand. It's like, it's easy to see it. You would like to understand. But it's hard to accept that you asking for something you don't want. It's hard to, damn, I'm getting freedom, huh? Yep. You're getting all the freedom you could ever ask for. Literally. Literally.
Wake up, please. Please wake up.
And why people that care ain't doing that. And there's probably more people that care than you know, but you don't see them because you would like some freedom. You don't see anyone that cares because you would like freedom, right? What are you over there asking for? If I was in a foreign land, what they would call me anyway, if I was there, right? And I seen people needed something called help. But when I looked over there, they said, we finna get freedom. And we understand how to spell, which qualify us to be able to talk. And stuff. They saying this stuff, like they getting what they asked for. I can't even know how to step to them to help them. Because they asking to be understood. And they asking for some dumb freedom. They asking for freedom. They requesting that they get some freedom. I don't know how to help them.
Telling me to act. Yeah.
Maybe they don't need help. Like, you feel what I'm saying?
Maybe they just acting.
Evil people asking to be cared about. Say what? Evil people, dirty. Like that person did them dirty. Some would call that was evil when he did it. Dirty people asking for can I say this right? Dirty people, which is black people asking for something and they and you don't get it. You don't get why they asking? Like they already get it.
Black mean gold though, huh? That you ain't know.
Yep. But in English.
Yeah.
I know, I mean, you can say it gold in the
Talk
book.
to him. Talk
You
to
say it
him.
gold
Oh,
in the book.
yeah.
I know it. I said it in the book.
We talking English,
Yeah,
baby.
some people
Yeah.
only hear people. They don't
Yeah.
hear, they don't hear that foreign shit you talking like.
But they hear it.
Yeah, English.
Yeah, it can seem like that, but according to the way you talk,
I get what you saying. Your grandma ain't dirty.
I would think that they would think that they
I mean, I get you.
can help you.
But out there,
What you have to
you telling them your grandma is evil.
do.
Some
Negative.
people,
Yeah. However you want to put it, like what you don't want to be in your bank account for rent. Negative.
yeah.
Yeah.
It ain't them people that it's all sedity. There's another thing. They took some from some people or something. You know, it's your own people, man. And they were so naive. They were so nice. They were so nice to us. The Sadidi one, whatever you want to call them, you know. They were so nice to us that you couldn't see that it's not them. They nice. Yeah, nice means stupid. That even the elect was deceived. They got a group of people somewhere in the world. They celebrate every year. Santa Claus got the devil in chains. Say what? Santa Claus, a character that looked like Santa Claus. I can't say it's Santa Claus. A character that looked like Santa Claus on Christmas card with the devil in chains. And you realize that it ain't them severity people. They nice. Yeah. they nice, right? It's black people. Black mean evil. I'm talking about English. English word for black. Some people that don't got nothing to do with it, they ready to step in. No, listen, I'm talking about black in the English dictionary. It means dirty, evil, and unpure, and no life.
Not you. Not you. God made
That's
you.
the black people I'm talking about. When you realize there's black people running the world. Yeah. They say the Jews were in Hollywood. They tell me. they tell me. Them folks over there that seem to be so superior and stuff, they nice.
Who own Hollywood?
Ask them. Ask them if they nice to you. Ask them. They'll tell you.
They claim the Jewish do.
Nice means stupid.
They claim that the Jews do. It's the Jews. Nigga.
Hey, what you gonna do with this sunflower?
The devil in chains.
All right. You can do whatever you want with them, right?
I know. They will turn good into evil and evil into good.
Well, if ever you do eat something, I eat something.
Help yourself whenever you sip.
Thank God.
You know them pictures, like George Washington, for example, and Joan of Arc. You know the pictures where you be seeing that one person
I can't tell you what
thing like you telling yourself from your education they being mistreated or something. You know what I'm saying? And no, that's them. That's them, but they ain't the artist don't want to be left out of his art. He don't want you to give credit for his art. So he put himself in the picture. George Washington and Napoleon, Christopher Columbus, Joan of Arc, and they put themselves right there in the picture, so you can see that they was behind all of it. They call them black people. It's sad. So, you know, it ain't no complaining, you know, when the mess hit the fan, the mess spread on them. And hey, we telling you pretty much what we telling you like we was going. And you mad at us because of what? Why you mad at us? You feel that black people have more benefits and more services and more something of anything or whatever. And most of you gonna probably say, yeah.
Reparation.
Yeah, well, okay then. Like you said. People would think I hate my own people. My cousin used to talk like this. I ain't get what he was saying. I used to be asleep. My cousin used to tell me about black people, not black people doing all this stuff and that. And I used to be like, man, what you talking about? Like, 'cause I didn't want to see, yeah, he was basically breaking down the definition of black in the dictionary. But I couldn't see it.
Because I'm
It
over
looked
there
like you
laughing at
hating on your
myself.
own people or something.
Mm-hmm.
My cousin used to break down all that stuff to me on how he don't like black people and black people doing all this evil and and all that. And he was telling me this stuff, I couldn't get it. I didn't get it. Why he ain't want no black woman? Not that he wanted some other color. I don't think that got nothing to do with color. Color of your spirit, yeah. But I don't think it got nothing to do with the color that your eyes see. But how he ain't want black sisters, evil sisters, basically. I get what you're saying now. 'Cause I get what you're saying now. You don't want no evil sister. You don't want no black sister. You don't want no evil woman. You don't want no black woman. I get what you're saying now. But when it comes to you and you think you're part of that group, you think this person hating on you and your own people and stuff. They're literally talking to you.
Like you literally black.
It's hard to see that they literally talking to me in English. Yeah, they talking to you in English. You know, slang it or something. You term black in English into some kind of skin color or something. They talking about you brown and stuff. And you see it, but I guess, you know, I don't know. Everyone been made to mentally see their car disabled. Like it's sad. Everyone been made to see that to mentally see their car disabled. Oh my goodness. Everyone can get a check, man. Literally. But you ain't never had no money. So I know you some running on down now. Thinking you finna get the money because you can mentally see your car disabled. Like you treat what I'm saying, right? Even them nice folks don't know what the heck I'm talking about. But the black people do. Black people know what I'm talking about. Oh yeah, Wayne. Yeah, I'm just saying they come to me, they telling you to your face what's going on. Like they telling you like literally to your face. You know how that tough brother or tough sister, they say, I wish they would call me nice. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying. I wish they would call me nice. And they've been calling them nice the whole time. They've been telling them they got nice things for them and have a nice day. And they've been giving them all kind of nice to their face. Literally. Can you imagine that? When your partner, your friend, your neighbor, your leader, or whatever say, I wish they would call me nice. You feel what I'm saying? It's hard to tell people, man. It's hard to tell them. The nice mean ignorant. Yep. Just like that other nice word mean ignorant. and that you being told to your face. Is where you can want nice things, but you don't want no nigga thing. You don't want no niggas, but you want something nice. And you well, hey, ain't no complaint. Hey, ain't no complaining. You know, some of them people, them sedated people, they be kind of shaky to say the nice word. What you mean, Wayne? I mean, you know what I'm saying. They be kind of shaky to say the nice word. They call it the N word. And they be kind of shaky to say the word nice. Yep. Foolishness. I would. They say nice to you all day. But that N word, which is nice, they be kind of shaky. Like, I don't know if you should say that. That's how they be talking to each other. And they'll say nice to you all day. All day they'll be nice. They gotta wait for the president to tell them, some rap star, some Hollywood actor or something to tell them. Because somebody like me can't tell them. I can't tell you. Even though you probably see what I'm saying, you see all that I'm saying probably, but you don't want to tell yourself you see it. If you ain't never had no money. You ain't never had money. Money is gold and silver. And you ain't never had no gold and silver. Why I can say that? Because the sun is gold. Why I can say that? Because how you see the gold necklace your daddy left you or something, or your uncle or your girlfriend bought it, how you see it? It's in my hand. You know how we is. We always dancing around the light.
With my
We
eyes.
always dancing around the light. Trying to dance around how we see anything in the first place. And know that we see gold. The sun, okay. So the sun is gold. That was in your hand, that ain't gold. That's food gold. The sun is gold. Okay. Can I sell you a gold necklace in pitch darkness with no light? Most of you gonna say no. Would you allow me to sell you the gold necklace in the dark? Most of you gonna tell me no. How I know it's gold or not, Wayne? I'm telling you it is. Even if it was whatever the highest quality or not. To me, you ain't gonna buy it in the darkness. You gonna see it in the light because the sun is gold. That ain't gold. What's in your hand, around your neck, or what you found on the ground. Ain't nothing gold but the sun. And they told you that money, gold, and silver. They told you. Silver, moon, gold, and sun. Money. Moon, sun, money. That's fool's gold. You ain't never had no gold in your mouth or around your neck. Never. You ain't never had no money. My love. You get fooled on a brain level. You could never imagine. And it's so easy to see how you're being fooled. Would you like some freedom? You can see it. But it's hard to realize, man, I'm asking for freedom. Yep. It's hard to see it, huh? Yeah, because a lot of people requesting that we get free. Yep. It's hard to see it. If it was something done for free, then we probably wouldn't be asking. Yep. We probably wouldn't be asking if it was done for free. I mean, free. We probably wouldn't be asking for it at all. I love all y'all. I know y'all got to fall out so you come back to real love. Real love allows you the truth. If y'all got to fall off before you come back home. You can't imagine that I'm tricking myself, talking about they tricking me. They don't want us to have that. They don't want us to have this and that. And I'm sitting asking for what I don't want. Yep. You sitting there asking for what you don't want. You're looking over there at people that don't exist. What you mean? Ain't no one on that TV, bro. You remember them film scripts in school? But you remember they used to show them film scripts? Yeah, there ain't no one there, period. In real life is where you stand in. And real people is where you stand. And them the only real people you ever seen or will ever see. Period. You want to come back to real truth. Everyone talking about they not. Well, a bunch of folks, there ain't even no one there at TV claiming that it's a bunch of folks claiming that they know truth. TV device, phone, or whatever, laptop, whatever. They claiming they know some truth to you. And you the only one that knows that ain't no one on the TV it's truth. And you seen your neighbors and real life, which is true. That's the only truth to know.
You love them more than you ever did.
You wanna bring that information to where you stand. You want to go to where you stand it in truth. You go around the world trying to find truth, you can think you found it. You ain't gonna find it, but you can think you have. When you go to where you stand, when you read the Bible and you go to where you stand in truth, you will see what's being said. You just come out of the world, right? When you come out of the world, you can hear God. You can hear God like when you cut the TV out, like, man, all this shit fake, man. Fuck that. And you cut it off and you hear God tell you, you hear God tell you something in real life. And you can hear him. Well, what him telling you was fake for you to realize it's fake in the first place. But then you can hear God a whole lot more clearer when you come out of the world. When you realize ain't nobody on that TV or radio. And it never was. It never was anyone there. And how you being fooled to mislead and mislead the real life people in your life. When you miss the bus and you don't know you missed it until you know. You don't know you missed the bus until you know you missed it. And that the world or the thing, the enemy, the evil one tricking you out of your real life. Like literally. The evil one tricking you out of your real life. Where it's boring, ain't nobody outside or no motorway used to be, and there's some hard heads around the corner, and nobody cares about you or something, real life. Where you missing out on the real people in your life. Where he deceived the whole world, including the elect. The elect, and there ain't nobody on the TV. But I guess the elects in those offices that people go down there and see. And the God's elect, even God's elect was deceived. All the way around, all the above elect. But your sight being removed, which is deceived. But when you being deceived, your sight being taken. You know how the moth be on the tree or insect. The insect is on the tree, you can't see it, and then you see it. That's deception. Deception is something that's there, but you can't see. The snake is there, but you don't see the snake. So you being deceived, which is your sight being removed. Your sight being taken, which is deception. People call deception lies. Yeah, you lying to yourself thinking you're seeing somebody on that TV. That's deception. You being deceived. You know it ain't no one there. But you think Michael Jackson died and stuff? No dishonor to no one. Well, you think Michael Jackson died, Elvis Presley still live or didn't, and JFK got something happened to him, and you really think you see that stuff? And it ain't no one there in the first place, period. Deception. Where your sight being removed, he deceived the whole world. And you can see everyone deceived. Well, the devil, the evil one, he know you know truth. So when you know that it's in the milk, and God said it was in the milk, it's in the chicken, he'll come in and he'll disguise his lies as truth. So you'll be like, man, they saying it on the TV, it's in the milk, it's in the chicken. God already told you it's in the milk. He already told you it was in the chicken. But you don't trust yourself. People don't even trust themselves. That they get some freedom. They don't trust themselves that they're asking for freedom. Well, you don't trust yourself. There ain't no one on that TV, radio, device, or whatever. Ain't nobody there. I'm sitting right here. I'm sitting right here in something called a living room. By myself, talking to myself. Some people can feel like I'm talking to them. I'm not there. It's your device. I'm sitting right here in this living room by myself, talking to myself. It's lame. It's lame. It's party proof.
It's lame.
It's all right, it's all that stuff. Like geeky, nerdy, know-it-allish. It's all that.
Know it all is.
People don't trust themselves. They trust things outside of themselves before they even trust themselves that they know how to spell. They don't trust that they see they know how to spell. They don't trust it. So they can't see that they understand. They don't trust that they want some freedom. They don't trust that they want some dumb freeness. They don't trust it. So they gonna keep thinking freedom is something else other than what they know they get. They don't trust themselves. That's why people used to ask me or request understanding. And I was like, they wanted to understand me. They like, I don't understand you. Well, I'm like, don't understand me. You only understand God, right? You only understand the Most High. They call it sun, moon, and stars, cloud, sky, oxygen, stars. Where you standing under? The Most High. The only understanding. I try to tell them, don't understand me. They want to beg to understand me. And I'm like, no, don't understand me, please. Right? You want to go to where you standing. Right now, in literal truth, where you standing under. Some might call it a ceiling, it's the ceiling, right?
The sun put it there.
Roof. The sun, moon, and stars. You understand it. And that's the understanding you want to go to. Like, You will go to literal understanding, like where you literally stand under in truth. It's boring, it's lame, it's know-it-allish, it's all that stuff that you running from, so will nobody pick at you or something.
It's whack, it's stupid, it's you don't got time for it.
Yeah.
All that stuff that keep you away.
Yeah.
That's what they
It's gonna make fun of you. You're gonna do all this stuff with your mind. But you don't even understand that. You don't comprehend nothing anyone's saying. And you think they talking about the same old stuff, but they saying understand? Like, yeah, you want to go where you stand in literal truth, where you can see nothing but truth. The billboard don't say anything. It don't say nothing. It don't say anything. It's pain. And now you think you can see the billboard say something because you understand how to spell.
Nice
And you're not
talking to you.
understanding God. You understand the world. You understand English. You understand something you're not. A man can only have one master. For he will honor one and dishonor the other. He will dishonor God if he understand the word. If he understand English or any language, he not understanding the Most High. He understand English. Love the world. Those that love the world, enemies of God. Literally. For one, you can't see because you're being defeated.
You been DC.
No one talks like you,
DC.
and I know it.
Literally.
To undo your sin.
No one come and tell you the way I'm gonna come and tell you. Until you wake up, and then you go and tell. Real waking up. The real awakening, if you can call it that. Oh, let me read the message here. Being under spells and mind control. I love you greatly. Okay, I love you too. I think my sweet thing, I think she can hear me a lot. We had our times where she said she hear me, but I don't think she can hear me. We wouldn't go through the things we go through if you can hear me. If you feel me, you wouldn't be going through the stuff,
And they pop
the
them
stuff that we
like
go
they
through
legal.
when you can't hear me.
They always do. The Hebrews ran what?
That the evil one is more cunning.
The Jews ran what?
Who is
Okay.
you ever known? Yeah, you know.
The Jews run what? Hollywood. Okay.
Do you know the evil one and know his ways?
That they gonna make
Yeah.
fireworks legal through you.
It's so weird. It's so much I want to share, but I don't know how to begin it, or maybe I'm waiting on him. But it's so much I want to share. I need to share. And when you stay in truth, the Most High, the Holy Spirit will give you nothing but truth. And if you keep going with him, he'll show you everything. Like literally. He will tell you everything. Literally.
Literally. Like God said, I'm gonna make the
You
whole
just gotta
world
be able
foolish.
to whistle
Like
through
I'm
the
gonna
storm.
make everything about that foolish to
Storm,
you.
for example, don't want to accept that you was probably asking for freedom. And the Holy Spirit will tell you asking for freedom. And when you accept it, you can go on the true journey that you're on. And he'll show you everything. Literally. How you see? You see?
Hey, when do your beard
Showing
turn
you
gray?
everything. Literally.
Like, how long did it take from one strand to all those strands?
That you were so special to him.
Did you ever
That
cut
he was
those
showing you
strands like when
everything.
it was like 1, 2, 3?
Yeah, I was fooling about trying to
Literally.
stay with the young, but
That's why they kept going.
yeah, probably.
These ones on my mustache was like that. Because I cut my mustache. I just don't cut my beard, but I got one gray hair.
Well, that's for the one that you